There is a sacred power that resides in your private life, the life within, untouched by the opinions and judgments of others. This private life, this internal world of thoughts, emotions, and imagination, is where your destiny is shaped. It is here, behind closed doors, where the seeds of your future are planted. The external world is but a mirror reflecting what you nurture in your inner world. The power of internal reality is a concept that transcends the idea of mere thoughts influencing your life. It speaks to the very essence of who you are and the world you create from within. The internal reality is your mental and emotional landscape, the space where your consciousness interacts with your desires, fears, and beliefs. This realm, though unseen by others, is the birthplace of everything you experience. It is the canvas upon which you paint your reality. To understand the full scope of this power, we must first recognize that the external world is a reflection of your internal state. Everything you see, hear, and feel is an expression of the consciousness you carry within. What you believe about yourself, the world, and the people around you ultimately shapes your perception and dictates the experiences that come your way. The mind, in its infinite potential, does not just react to the external, it actively creates it. What you dwell on in your internal world manifests in the outer world, because your internal reality is not separate from the external, it is the very force that shapes it. Think of your mind as a field where seeds of thoughts are sown. These thoughts grow and take form, influencing your actions, your behavior, and even the outcomes you experience. The quality of your thoughts, whether they are abundant, loving, positive, and empowering, or fearful, negative, and limiting, directly affects the world you live in. If you constantly entertain thoughts of lack, failure, and insecurity, these will show up in your external reality, creating experiences that mirror your inner turmoil. On the other hand, if you choose to focus on abundance, confidence, and joy, your external world will reflect those vibrations, bringing experiences that are in harmony with your elevated state of being. The power of internal reality is in your ability to consciously control your thoughts, your emotions, and your beliefs. This control is not about forcing your mind to think in a specific way, but about learning to navigate your consciousness in a way that aligns with your desires and goals. You have the ability to choose your thoughts at any given moment. This is the most empowering realization one can have. The thoughts you think and the beliefs you hold are not fixed. They can be transformed, adjusted, and realigned to serve the life you want to create. The moment you shift your internal reality, you shift the trajectory of your life. It is important to realize that your internal reality is constantly at play, even when you are not consciously aware of it. Your subconscious mind is the driving force behind much of what you experience. The subconscious mind does not differentiate between positive and negative, it simply accepts what is impressed upon it, whether it comes from external influences or your own internal dialogue. This is why it is crucial to be mindful of what you allow to enter your mind. The more you allow negative or limiting beliefs to take root, the more they will grow and manifest in your life. However, when you consciously reprogram your mind with positive affirmations, uplifting thoughts, and empowering beliefs, you align your inner world with the life you wish to experience. Your imagination plays a crucial role in shaping your internal reality. It is through imagination that you can experience, create, and live in the state of your desires before they manifest in the physical world. Imagination is not just a tool for daydreaming or escapism, it is the creative force that brings into being the things you desire. The more vividly you can imagine your ideal life, the more real it becomes in your internal world. As you repeatedly imagine and emotionally charge these visions with belief and feeling, your internal reality shifts, and you begin to align with the external manifestations of those desires. When you truly grasp the power of internal reality, you begin to see how much control you have over your life. You no longer feel like a passive participant in the world, waiting for things to happen to you. Instead, you recognize that you are the creator of your reality. You are the architect of your life, and the blueprint lies within you. The power you possess is not in changing the external world, but in changing your perception of it. By transforming your internal reality, you automatically transform your external experiences. This does not mean that external events will always align immediately with your internal changes. The external world operates on a different time frame, and sometimes the results take time to manifest. However, the key is in the certainty that as your internal reality evolves, so too will the external. It is an inevitable law that cannot be denied. Your internal reality is your greatest ally. It is the source from which all things flow. By taking control of it, by choosing the thoughts, emotions, and beliefs that align with the life you wish to create, you hold the key to unlocking a life of abundance, peace, and fulfillment. The world outside will always mirror the world inside. It is time to look within and recognize the incredible power you possess to shape your reality through the thoughts you think, the beliefs you hold, and the imagination you cultivate. As you master your internal reality, you will witness the transformation of your external world, and everything you desire will naturally unfold. Your thoughts are far more than fleeting, abstract notions that pass through your mind. They are the building blocks of your reality. What you think, believe, and imagine consistently creates the life you experience. Every moment of every day, your thoughts shape your world, influencing your actions, your decisions, and the opportunities that arise. The importance of guarding your thoughts cannot be overstated, for they are the gateway through which your desires either manifest or remain elusive. The mind, in its vast potential, is like a garden. What you plant in this garden will grow, but it is up to you to decide what seeds you sow. If you allow negative or destructive thoughts to take root, they will sprout and manifest in your life in ways that reflect the nature of those thoughts. Likewise, if you plant thoughts of abundance, success, and love, they will flourish, creating a life filled with those very qualities. The key is to be mindful of what you are planting. If you do not consciously guard your thoughts, your mind may become overrun with weeds of doubt, fear, and negativity, which will prevent the flowers of your desires from blossoming. Every thought that you entertain carries an emotional charge. Whether you are thinking positively or negatively, your thoughts evoke feelings within you, and those feelings are powerful. They are the energy that propels you into action or inaction, and they magnetize experiences to you that match that emotional vibration. For example, when you entertain thoughts of lack or fear, your emotional state shifts to one of tension, anxiety, or frustration. These emotions then guide your actions, perhaps causing you to hold back from opportunities or withdraw from situations that could lead to growth. The law of attraction responds to your emotional state, and when you are radiating fear or scarcity, you attract more of the same. On the other hand, when you guard your thoughts and choose to think thoughts of empowerment, abundance, and success, your emotional state shifts accordingly. You begin to feel confident, optimistic, and ready to take on the world. Your energy aligns with your desires, and the universe responds by bringing you opportunities, experiences, and people that match your elevated emotional state. This is why it is essential to be conscious of your thoughts at all times. The world is a mirror that reflects the image you hold in your mind. If you want to see changes in your external circumstances, you must first change your internal state by guarding the thoughts that form the foundation of your inner world. One of the most powerful ways to guard your thoughts is by becoming aware of the thoughts that arise in your mind. Often we are unaware of the negative or limiting thoughts that pass through our consciousness. They may be so ingrained in us that we accept them as truths, but they are not. These thoughts are not facts, they are simply habits of mind that have formed over time. The first step in guarding your thoughts is to become aware of them. Pay attention to the patterns in your thinking and notice when thoughts of fear, doubt, or negativity arise. Once you are aware of them, you have the power to change them. The next step is to consciously replace these negative thoughts with positive, empowering ones. This takes practice, as the mind has a tendency to return to its default patterns, but with persistence, you can retrain your mind to focus on the thoughts that serve you. When a thought of lack or fear enters your mind, immediately replace it with a thought of abundance or confidence. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I will never succeed," replace it with, "I am capable, and success is on its way to me." The more you practice this, the more natural it will become, and soon you will find that your default thoughts are more aligned with your desires and goals. Another powerful way to guard your thoughts is to be mindful of the people and environments you expose yourself to. Your thoughts are not solely influenced by your inner dialogue, they are also shaped by the external world. The conversations you have, the media you consume, and the people you interact with all contribute to the thoughts that populate your mind. If you spend time around people who are constantly negative or fearful, their energy will influence your thoughts. Similarly, if you watch television shows or read books that promote scarcity, lack, or violence, these ideas will seep into your consciousness. Therefore, it is important to protect yourself from these external influences. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, and choose media that aligns with the positive, abundant life you wish to create. Guarding your thoughts also involves letting go of limiting beliefs. These beliefs are often deeply rooted in your subconscious, and they can hold you back from achieving your true potential. You may believe that you are not worthy of success, or that you must struggle to achieve your desires. These beliefs, while not consciously chosen, have been ingrained over time, often through past experiences or external programming. To guard your thoughts, you must begin to challenge and replace these limiting beliefs with empowering ones. When a belief arises that tells you that success is not possible, or that you are not enough, counter it with a belief that affirms your worth and your ability to succeed. Guarding your thoughts is an ongoing practice. It requires awareness, discipline, and patience. But the rewards are immeasurable. When you guard your thoughts, you are actively shaping your reality. You are creating a life that reflects your highest desires and most empowering beliefs. Your mind is a powerful tool, and when you use it consciously and wisely, it becomes a force that works in harmony with you, bringing your dreams into existence. Imagination is often seen as a whimsical escape from reality, a playful activity reserved for children or dreamers. However, its true power lies in its ability to shape and create the very fabric of our lives. Imagination is not merely a tool for fantasy, it is a silent, potent force that works behind the scenes of our consciousness, molding our experiences and realities in ways we may not even fully understand. It is the power to envision a life that transcends the limitations of the present moment, to bring into existence what was once only a thought, a feeling, or a dream. At its core, imagination is the ability to see beyond the physical world, to create mental images of things that have not yet materialized. It is the act of stepping into a realm where the constraints of time, space, and logic no longer hold sway. In this realm, anything is possible, and every desire, every goal, and every dream can be realized. The beauty of imagination is that it operates quietly in the background of our minds, unnoticed by the conscious world around us, yet it is the source of all creation. The silent power of imagination lies in its ability to influence our thoughts, emotions, and actions without us even realizing it. When we imagine something vividly and with emotion, we are essentially impressing that vision onto our subconscious mind. This subconscious mind, which governs much of our behavior, then begins to align our actions and decisions with the images and emotions we have planted in it. Over time, these mental images begin to materialize in our physical reality, not because they were forced or willed into existence, but because our imagination worked silently and continuously to bring them into being. Imagination is the bridge between the unseen world of thought and the seen world of physical reality. The mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. When you vividly imagine yourself in a state of wealth, health, or success, your mind interprets that image as a real experience. It does not matter that the physical evidence may not yet be present. Your imagination, when accompanied by strong feelings and belief, sends a message to your subconscious that begins to influence your actions and the opportunities you attract. The universe in turn responds to the vibration you are emitting, and your outer circumstances begin to shift to match the inner reality you have created. Many people unknowingly limit their potential by underestimating the power of imagination. They focus only on what is physically present and what can be immediately perceived with the senses. However, those who understand the silent power of imagination recognize that the external world is a reflection of the internal world. The more clearly and vividly you can imagine the life you desire, the more real it becomes in your experience. Your imagination becomes the blueprint for your future, drawing the elements of your dreams into your physical existence. The key to harnessing the power of imagination lies in the emotional energy you invest in it. It is not enough to simply picture an image in your mind, you must feel as though it is already real. Emotion is the fuel that propels imagination into the realm of manifestation. When you imagine a desired outcome with intense emotion, whether it is joy, excitement, gratitude, or peace, you activate the creative forces within you. These feelings are the language of the subconscious mind, and they communicate to your deeper self that this imagined scenario is not only possible but inevitable. This emotional engagement amplifies the power of your imagination, accelerating the process of manifestation. One of the most profound aspects of imagination is its ability to shape your perception of reality. Often we view the world through the lens of past experiences, limiting beliefs, and external circumstances. However, when we begin to use our imagination to create new mental images and visions of possibility, we begin to see the world in a different light. We start to notice opportunities that we may have previously overlooked, and we become more attuned to the synchronicities and signs that guide us towards our goals. Imagination shifts our perception, allowing us to break free from the confines of our current reality and step into a world of infinite possibility. While imagination is a quiet, often unnoticed force, its impact is undeniable. The world around us, from the clothes we wear to the buildings we live in, to the technology we use, was once nothing more than an idea in someone's mind. Every creation, every innovation, every success story begins with imagination. The silent power of imagination is the unseen hand that shapes our world, turning thoughts into things, dreams into reality, and desires into tangible experiences. To tap into the full potential of your imagination, it is essential to cultivate a sense of inner trust and belief. Trust that your imagination is not just a fleeting fancy, but a powerful tool for transformation. Allow yourself to visualize your goals with clarity and confidence, knowing that they are already in the process of being created. Engage fully in the experience of imagining, feeling the emotions as though the vision is already real. The more you practice this, the more effortless it becomes to bring your dreams into reality. The silent power of imagination is a gift that resides within each of us. It is a force that is always at work, shaping our lives according to the images we hold in our minds. By consciously and deliberately harnessing the power of imagination, we can create lives filled with abundance, joy, and fulfillment. The more we allow ourselves to dream, to imagine, and to feel the reality of those dreams, the more our external world will align with our inner vision. It is through the quiet, subtle power of imagination that we create the life we are destined to live. Self-reliance and solitude are often misunderstood as states of isolation or disconnection from the world. But in reality, they are powerful forces that allow us to tap into our true potential. To be self-reliant is to trust in your own abilities and judgments, and to cultivate an inner strength that is not dependent on external validation or the influence of others. Solitude, on the other hand, is not about being alone in a physical sense, but about embracing the quiet moments where you can hear your own thoughts, reflect on your desires, and align yourself with your deeper purpose. When combined, self-reliance and solitude create an environment for personal growth, clarity, and inner peace. In a world that constantly seeks external validation, it is easy to forget the importance of relying on yourself. From an early age, we are taught to look to others for answers, to seek guidance from parents, teachers, and peers. While seeking wisdom from others is valuable, there is an innate power within us that can often go unnoticed when we are constantly looking outside for direction. True self-reliance is built upon the understanding that you possess everything you need within you. It is about having the confidence to trust your intuition, make decisions based on your own wisdom, and face challenges with the knowledge that you have the inner resources to overcome them. Self-reliance is not about rejecting others or their help. It is about recognizing that while others can offer guidance, support, and encouragement, the ultimate responsibility for your life lies with you. No one knows you better than you know yourself. You are the one who understands your desires, your strengths, and your limitations. By developing self-reliance, you become empowered to shape your own path, free from the fear of others' judgments or opinions. This allows you to live authentically, making choices that align with your true self, rather than conforming to external expectations. Solitude plays a crucial role in this process of self-reliance. In solitude, you have the space to hear your own thoughts without the noise of the outside world. It is in these quiet moments that you can access the clarity and insight necessary to make important decisions and connect with your inner guidance. Solitude allows you to disconnect from the distractions of daily life, creating the mental and emotional space to reflect on your purpose, your goals, and your vision for the future. In these moments of solitude, you are not alone, you are with yourself, discovering your true essence, your desires, and the strength that resides within you. Solitude is a necessary companion for those who wish to cultivate self-reliance, because it enables you to become comfortable in your own company. Many people fear being alone because it forces them to confront their own thoughts, fears, and insecurities. However, embracing solitude is an opportunity to develop a deep sense of self-awareness. It is a chance to explore your thoughts and emotions without judgment, to process unresolved issues, and to nurture the inner peace that is necessary for personal growth. Solitude allows you to become your own best friend, someone you can rely on for comfort, wisdom, and guidance in moments of uncertainty. Self-reliance and solitude are not about being independent to the point of isolation. It is about recognizing that your power and strength come from within, and that you can find peace and clarity when you give yourself the time and space to connect with your own inner world. When you are comfortable in solitude and trust yourself fully, you will find that your relationships with others become healthier and more fulfilling. You no longer seek validation from others, but rather you approach relationships from a place of wholeness, knowing that you are enough on your own. The practice of self-reliance and solitude also enables you to tap into your creativity and inner wisdom. When you are constantly surrounded by the noise of the world, it is easy to become distracted and disconnected from your own ideas and inspirations. Solitude provides the mental clarity needed to access your creative potential. Whether you are working on a personal project, seeking a solution to a problem, or exploring a new path in life, solitude gives you the space to think deeply and explore ideas without interruption. It is in these quiet moments that many great insights, innovations, and breakthroughs occur. Living a life of self-reliance and embracing solitude also requires cultivating patience and discipline. It is not always easy to trust yourself and be comfortable in your own company, especially in a society that often values constant social interaction and external approval. However, the rewards of self-reliance are immeasurable. By learning to rely on yourself, you develop resilience, confidence, and a sense of inner peace that is unshakable. Solitude, when embraced fully, offers the opportunity to connect with your inner truth and to live life on your own terms, free from the influence of outside forces. In a world that constantly demands our attention and pulls us in multiple directions, it is essential to carve out time for self-reliance and solitude. These practices allow us to reconnect with our true selves and gain clarity about what we truly want in life. Through self-reliance, we learn to trust our instincts and make decisions that align with our deepest desires. Through solitude, we create the space for introspection, growth, and creativity. Together, they empower us to live authentically, confidently, and independently, forging a path that is uniquely our own. The more we embrace these practices, the more we realize that the power to shape our lives lies within us, waiting to be discovered in the stillness and quiet of our own being. The law of attraction is a principle that suggests that like attracts like, and that the energy we emit through our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs has the power to attract corresponding experiences into our lives. It is often understood as a tool for manifesting desires, but its true power lies in the alignment of our inner world with our external reality. Internal alignment refers to the harmony between our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs, which is essential for the law of attraction to work effectively. When we are internally aligned, we send out a clear and consistent vibration to the universe, drawing to us the experiences, people, and opportunities that match our internal state. Understanding the connection between the law of attraction and internal alignment is key to harnessing its transformative power. At the core of the law of attraction is the idea that everything is energy, including our thoughts and emotions. Our thoughts are like magnets, constantly sending out vibrations into the universe, which in turn attract experiences that resonate with those vibrations. If our thoughts and feelings are negative, focused on lack or fear, we attract more of the same. Conversely, when we focus on positive thoughts, gratitude, and abundance, we draw experiences that reflect these higher vibrations. The law of attraction, however, is not simply about thinking positive thoughts. It is about aligning our entire being, our beliefs, emotions, and actions with the reality we wish to create. Internal alignment is the process of ensuring that all aspects of ourselves are working together to manifest our desires. This involves tuning our thoughts, emotions, and beliefs to be in harmony with the outcomes we seek. If, for example, you desire financial abundance, but subconsciously believe that money is hard to come by, or that you do not deserve wealth, your internal alignment is off. You may think about prosperity, but your beliefs and emotions contradict those thoughts, sending mixed signals to the universe. As a result, your external circumstances do not reflect the abundance you desire. When you achieve internal alignment, your thoughts, beliefs, and feelings work in concert, and your vibrational energy becomes a powerful force that draws in your desires. One of the most important aspects of internal alignment is self-awareness. In order to align your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions with your desires, you must first become aware of what is going on inside you. Many of us carry subconscious beliefs that we are not fully aware of, and these beliefs can create resistance to the manifestation of our desires. For example, if you believe that you are not worthy of love or success, your actions and reactions will reflect that belief, keeping you stuck in patterns that do not serve you. Self-awareness allows you to identify these limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering ones that support your goals. Another key element of internal alignment is emotional resonance. Emotions are a powerful driving force behind the law of attraction. When we feel good, we are in alignment with our desires because we are emitting a high vibration. Emotions such as joy, gratitude, love, and excitement are the frequencies that attract positive experiences into our lives. On the other hand, emotions like fear, doubt, and frustration are low-frequency vibrations that attract more of the same. It is essential to cultivate positive emotions and maintain an elevated state of being in order to align with the abundance you seek. Practices such as meditation, gratitude, and visualization can help shift your emotional state and keep you in alignment with your desires. The law of attraction is not a passive process, it requires action. Internal alignment also involves aligning your actions with your desires. When your thoughts and emotions are aligned, your actions naturally follow suit. If you are visualizing yourself living in abundance, but are not taking the necessary steps toward achieving your goals, you are not fully aligned with your desires. The universe responds to the energy you put out, and if you are taking inspired action in the direction of your dreams, you send a powerful message to the universe that you are ready to receive. Action reinforces your belief in the law of attraction and helps bridge the gap between your inner vision and your external reality. Trust is another critical aspect of internal alignment. When you are aligned with your desires, you must also trust that the universe will deliver them in perfect timing. Doubt and impatience can create resistance, which blocks the flow of abundance. Trusting the process and surrendering to the timing of the universe allows you to stay in alignment with your desires without forcing or controlling the outcome. This requires a deep sense of faith and the understanding that everything you desire is already on its way to you. Internal alignment and the law of attraction are not one-time events, they are continuous practices. The more you align your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions with your desires, the more you strengthen your ability to manifest your goals. Over time, this alignment becomes natural and effortless, and you begin to attract experiences that match the vibration you consistently send out. The universe responds to the energy you emit, and when you are in perfect alignment with your desires, there is no limit to what you can manifest. To truly harness the power of the law of attraction, it is essential to focus on internal alignment. This requires constant self-reflection, emotional awareness, and trust in the process. When you are aligned with your desires, you become a powerful magnet for everything you want to attract into your life. The law of attraction is not just about thinking positive thoughts or setting intentions, it is about embodying the energy of what you want to create and allowing the universe to respond in kind. By aligning your inner world with your outer desires, you unlock the full potential of the law of attraction, transforming your life in ways you never thought possible. Protecting your energy is one of the most important practices for maintaining mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being in a world that often demands more than we can give. Every day we are surrounded by people, situations, and environments that either uplift or drain us. While it is natural to want to help others and be there for those in need, we must also recognize that our energy is a finite resource. If we do not take the time to protect it, we can quickly find ourselves depleted, overwhelmed, and disconnected from our true selves. Protecting your energy involves setting boundaries, being mindful of your emotional responses, and taking deliberate actions to cultivate inner peace and vitality. It is not about being selfish, but rather about ensuring that you are able to show up as your best self for both yourself and others. One of the most effective ways to protect your energy is by setting clear and healthy boundaries. Boundaries are essential because they define where your energy begins and ends. Without boundaries, it is easy to become overextended, taking on the emotional or physical burdens of others at the expense of your own well-being. People often struggle with boundaries because they fear rejection, conflict, or being perceived as unkind. However, the truth is that boundaries are an act of self-respect. They allow you to protect your energy and preserve your mental, emotional, and physical health. When you set boundaries, you are teaching others how to treat you and protecting yourself from unnecessary emotional drain. Boundaries can take many forms, depending on the situation. For example, if you find yourself in a toxic or draining relationship, it may be necessary to limit your time spent with that person or to set emotional boundaries around the topics of conversation. Similarly, if you are constantly being asked to do favors or take on additional responsibilities at work or in your personal life, it is important to recognize when it is appropriate to say no. Saying no does not mean that you are being unkind or unsupportive. It simply means that you are prioritizing your own well-being. The ability to say no is a powerful tool in protecting your energy because it allows you to maintain control over where and how your energy is directed. Another key aspect of protecting your energy is becoming mindful of the people and environments you allow into your life. Not everyone you encounter will have a positive impact on your energy. Some people may drain you with their negativity, while others may bring an uplifting, positive presence into your life. Being mindful of the people you spend time with is crucial in maintaining your energy balance. Surround yourself with individuals who support, encourage, and inspire you. These are the people who will help elevate your energy, making you feel more connected to your purpose and your inner strength. On the flip side, it is important to recognize when relationships, whether personal or professional, are no longer serving you in a healthy way. Toxic relationships can siphon your energy, leaving you feeling emotionally drained, anxious, or depleted. Recognizing these relationships and taking steps to distance yourself from them is an essential part of protecting your energy. While it can be difficult to cut ties with people who may have been in your life for a long time, it is necessary for your own growth and well-being. When you let go of relationships that no longer serve you, you create space for healthier, more fulfilling connections to take their place. Equally important in protecting your energy is being mindful of your emotional state. Our emotions are powerful indicators of where our energy is flowing. If you constantly feel stressed, anxious, or overwhelmed, it is likely that your energy is being pulled in many different directions. It is essential to take time to check in with yourself and recognize when you are feeling out of balance. One way to protect your energy is by learning to process and release negative emotions before they accumulate and drain you. This can be done through practices such as meditation, journaling, or engaging in activities that bring you joy and relaxation. By regularly checking in with your emotional state, you can prevent negative emotions from taking over and depleting your energy. Another powerful tool for protecting your energy is practicing mindfulness and staying present in the moment. When you are mindful, you are able to tune into your internal state and notice when something feels off or draining. You can also cultivate a sense of awareness that helps you disengage from negative thought patterns or behaviors that may be depleting your energy. Mindfulness allows you to stay focused on what is truly important and to filter out distractions that might otherwise drain your energy. Protecting your energy also involves nurturing your body and mind through self-care practices. Taking care of your physical health is essential for maintaining your energy levels. Eating nutritious foods, exercising regularly, getting enough rest, and practicing relaxation techniques such as deep breathing or yoga are all ways to restore and replenish your energy. When you prioritize self-care, you are better equipped to handle the demands of daily life and to remain centered and grounded. In addition to caring for your body, it is important to nourish your mind and spirit. This can be done through reading, engaging in creative activities, spending time in nature, or practicing gratitude. Anything that brings you peace, joy, or inspiration contributes to your overall sense of well-being and helps to protect your energy. Taking time each day to engage in activities that replenish your spirit ensures that you are maintaining a healthy balance and are able to face challenges with resilience and clarity. Protecting your energy is not a one-time effort, but a continuous practice that requires self-awareness, boundary setting, and intentionality. By being mindful of where your energy is going, nurturing your body and mind, and surrounding yourself with positive influences, you create an environment in which your energy can thrive. Remember, you are the steward of your own energy, and by protecting it, you are ensuring that you have the strength and vitality to live your life to the fullest. In conclusion, protecting your energy is essential for maintaining balance and well-being in a world that constantly demands more of us. By setting healthy boundaries, being mindful of the people and environments we allow into our lives, managing our emotions, and engaging in regular self-care, we create the space needed to cultivate inner peace and vitality. It is not about being selfish, but rather about honoring yourself and preserving the strength necessary to show up fully in your own life. Remember, your energy is a precious resource, and it is up to you to safeguard it. When you take the time to protect your energy, you empower yourself to live more intentionally, align with your true purpose, and attract the positive experiences you deserve. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on these important principles. I hope this speech inspires you to prioritize your well-being and protect your energy moving forward. The world you see around you is not as fixed and immovable as it may seem. It is fluid, ever-changing, and intricately tied to the words you speak. What you say, whether aloud or in the privacy of your mind, serves as the blueprint for the reality you experience. Words carry energy, intent, and creative power. They are the brushstrokes with which you paint the canvas of your life. Think about the words you use every day. Do you speak words of abundance, health, and joy? Or do you find yourself uttering phrases of lack, frustration, and fear? Most of us are unaware of the extraordinary power contained within the seemingly simple act of speaking. Every word we release carries the vibration of our innermost beliefs, and those beliefs manifest in our external world. Let me ask you this: if your words were seeds, what kind of garden would you be planting? Are you nurturing a flourishing paradise of opportunities, love, and success? Or are you sowing weeds of doubt, negativity, and limitation? It is not merely about positive thinking, though that plays a role. It is about conscious creation. When you speak, you are commanding the forces of the universe to align with your vision. Whether you say, I am overwhelmed, or I am calm and capable, the energy behind those words takes root and grows. This is why speaking with intention is so crucial. If you find yourself saying, I can't do this, or nothing ever works out for me, pause. Recognize that these words are shaping the experiences you will encounter. Instead, choose phrases that align with the life you want to create. Say, I am capable. Everything is working out in my favor. The power of words does not stop at what you say to others. The most important conversations you will ever have are the ones you have with yourself. Your inner dialogue shapes your beliefs, and those beliefs define your actions. If you consistently tell yourself, I am not good enough, you will unconsciously act in ways that confirm that belief. But if you begin to affirm, I am deserving of all good things, your actions and circumstances will start to reflect that truth. Words are not just descriptive, they are prescriptive. They do not merely describe what is happening in your life, they prescribe what will happen next. When you say, I am healthy, you are instructing your body to align with that truth. When you declare, I am prosperous, you are signaling to the universe that abundance is your natural state. Understand that this power works both ways. Negative words are just as potent as positive ones. If you repeatedly say, I am unlucky, do not be surprised when misfortune seems to follow you. Your words are like a magnet, drawing experiences that match their energy. But here is the beautiful part, you have the power to change your words at any moment. You can rewrite the script of your life simply by choosing to speak differently. Begin today. Speak words of gratitude, even for things that have not yet appeared. Say, I am grateful for the opportunities flowing to me. Speak words of confidence, even if you do not feel confident yet. Declare, I am capable and unstoppable. This practice is not about denying reality, but about reshaping it. When you align your words with the reality you wish to create, you set a powerful creative process in motion. Over time, you will find that your external circumstances begin to shift to match the truth of your spoken word. So I invite you to become more intentional with your words. Speak life into your dreams. Speak healing into your body. Speak abundance into your finances. And most importantly, speak love and kindness into your heart. Remember, your words shape your world. Choose them wisely, for they are the building blocks of your destiny. The next time you open your mouth to speak, let your words reflect the life you want to live. Speak with intention, speak with faith, and watch as the universe answers your call. There is a profound secret that can transform the way you create your reality. Speak as though it already is. This means using your words to affirm and embody the life you desire, not as a distant hope, but as a present truth. This is the essence of conscious creation, a powerful practice that bridges the gap between your dreams and your reality. When you speak as though your desires are already fulfilled, you are not lying to yourself or denying your current circumstances. Instead, you are aligning your inner world with the reality you want to experience. Words carry the energy of creation. When spoken with conviction and clarity, they shape the world around you. Imagine for a moment that your desires, whether they are for love, wealth, health, or happiness, are already yours. What would you say? How would you express yourself? Would you say, I hope one day I'll be happy, or I am filled with joy right now? The latter carries an energy of certainty and fulfillment, an energy that magnetizes your desires to you. Here lies the key. Your words are not just descriptions of your current life, they are declarations of the life you wish to live. When you say, I am abundant, even when your bank account might not reflect it, you are setting a powerful intention. You are training your mind and emotions to align with abundance, and this alignment begins to influence your actions, your decisions, and the opportunities that come your way. But why is this so effective? Because the subconscious mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is vividly imagined. It believes what it is repeatedly told. When you speak as though you already are what you desire to be, you reprogram your subconscious mind to accept this as your truth. Over time, this internal shift creates external results. Consider this: when you repeatedly say, "I am successful," your mind begins to seek out evidence to support that statement. You become more confident, take bolder actions, and attract situations that align with success. On the other hand, you constantly say, "I can't catch a break," your mind will unconsciously find ways to validate that belief. Speaking as though it already is does not mean ignoring challenges or pretending problems don't exist. It means focusing your energy on solutions and possibilities rather than limitations. Instead of saying, "I am struggling," you can say, "I am overcoming every challenge with grace." Instead of saying, "I am lonely," declare, "I am surrounded by love." This practice requires faith in language, creates a shift in the beginning. It may feel strange or even untrue. Foundation of reality. But remember, you are not speaking about what you see right now. You are speaking into existence what you wish to see. Words are like seeds. They may not bloom immediately, but with consistent care, they grow into the life you desire. Here's a simple exercise to get started. Each morning, take a moment to declare your intentions for the day as though they are already fulfilled. Say things like, "Today, I am productive and at peace. Opportunities flow to me effortlessly. I am grateful for the abundance in my life." Then, carry this energy with you throughout the day. Remember, speaking as though it already is requires consistency and sincerity. Do not let doubt or fear undermine the power of your words. Trust the process even when results are not immediate. Just as a seed takes time to sprout, your words will take time to manifest. Your words shape your life. Speak as though you are already the person you want to become. Speak as though your dreams are already your reality. When you do, you align yourself with the energy of fulfillment, and the universe responds in kind. So today, speak boldly, speak confidently, and most importantly, speak as though it already is. Your future self is waiting to thank you. Your inner dialogue, the quiet, constant stream of thoughts that runs through your mind, holds immense power. It is the unseen force shaping your self-perception, guiding your decisions, and ultimately creating your reality. What you say to yourself in the privacy of your own mind matters more than you might realize. It is the foundation of your beliefs, the blueprint for your actions, and the key to unlocking your potential. Most of us go through life without paying much attention to our inner dialogue. We assume it is a natural part of our existence, something beyond our control. But the truth is, you can and must take charge of this internal conversation if you want to transform your life. Your inner dialogue is not a passive observer, it is an active participant in creating your reality. Ask yourself, how do you speak to yourself when you face challenges? Do you offer words of encouragement and support, or do you criticize and doubt yourself? Far too often, our inner dialogue becomes a harsh critic, pointing out flaws and amplifying fears. We tell ourselves, "I'm not good enough, I'll never succeed," or "this is too hard for me." These thoughts may seem harmless, but they are not. They shape your self-image and limit what you believe is possible. The good news is that you have the power to change this narrative. You can consciously rewrite the script of your inner dialogue, replacing negativity with positivity, fear with confidence, and doubt with faith. This process is not about ignoring reality, but about choosing a perspective that empowers you rather than holds you back. Next, replace those negative thoughts with affirmations that align with the person you want to become. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'll never figure this out," replace it with, "I am capable of finding a solution." If you find yourself thinking, "I'm not good enough," replace it with, "I am more than enough, just as I am." Your inner dialogue should be a source of encouragement and strength, like a trusted friend or mentor cheering you on. Speak to yourself with kindness, compassion, and belief. When you do, you create a mental environment where growth and success become inevitable. The power of inner dialogue goes beyond personal growth. It influences how you interact with the world. When you speak to yourself with confidence and positivity, you radiate that energy outward. People are drawn to your self-assuredness, and opportunities begin to align with your belief in yourself. It is important to note that changing your inner dialogue is not an overnight process. It requires patience and consistent effort. In the beginning, it may feel unnatural or forced, especially if you are accustomed to self-criticism. But with practice, positive self-talk will become your default mode of thinking. One powerful way to reinforce this habit is through visualization. Each day, take a few minutes to visualize yourself as the person you want to be. See yourself succeeding, thriving, and achieving your goals. As you visualize, speak affirmations to yourself that align with this vision. For example, say, I am strong, confident, and capable. I attract success effortlessly. Remember, the power to create the life you desire begins within. Let your inner dialogue be your greatest ally, not your harshest critic. Nurture it, refine it, and watch as it shapes a reality that reflects the greatness within you. Speak to yourself with love, and the world will reflect that love back to you. Fear is a natural response to the unknown. It whispers doubts into your mind, questions your abilities, and places obstacles in the path of your dreams. Yet, fear is not an immovable force, it is a choice, a perspective. Just as you choose to entertain fear, you can choose to let it go and replace it with something far more empowering: certainty. Certainty is not blind optimism or denial of reality. It is a deep, unshakable trust in yourself and the process of life. It is the knowing that no matter what happens, you are equipped to handle it, and that everything unfolds for your ultimate growth and good. Shifting from fear to certainty is not about ignoring challenges, but about reclaiming your power to face them with confidence and clarity. To solidify your shift from fear to certainty, anchor yourself in the present moment. Fear lies in the realm of what if I fail? What if I'm not enough? What if things don't work out? Certainty, on the other hand, resides in the now. When you focus on the present, you free yourself from the mental traps of worry and doubt. Engage in practices that ground you, such as deep breathing, meditation, or journaling. These habits help quiet the mind and remind you of your inner strength. Another powerful tool is affirmations. Speak to yourself with conviction, declaring your certainty even before you fully feel it. Say, I trust myself. I am capable. Everything I need is already within me. These words, repeated consistently, reprogram your subconscious mind to align with confidence rather than fear. Visualization is equally transformative. Close your eyes and imagine the life you desire. See yourself achieving your goals, thriving in your relationships, and overcoming challenges with grace. Visualize not just the outcome, but also the feelings of joy, fulfillment, and certainty that come with it. This mental rehearsal strengthens your belief in your ability to succeed, making fear irrelevant. Certainty also requires action. Fear often paralyzes, keeping you stuck in a cycle of overthinking and procrastination. Break this cycle by taking small, consistent steps toward your goals. Action builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. Each step you take reinforces the belief that you are capable and resilient. It's important to understand that fear may never disappear completely, and that's okay. The goal is not to eliminate fear, but to rise above it. Certainty is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. It is choosing to trust the process, even when the path ahead is unclear. Finally, cultivate gratitude. Gratitude shifts your focus from what you lack to what you already have. When you appreciate your strengths, your opportunities, and the progress you've made, fear loses its grip. Gratitude aligns you with abundance and reinforces your sense of certainty. Manifestation is not just a lofty idea, it is a process that, when applied with focus and belief, can bring profound changes into your life. The key is aligning your mind, emotions, and actions with the reality you desire. The 3-day formula for manifestation is a simple yet powerful method that helps you tap into your creative power and bring your goals into existence with intention and clarity. The first step in manifesting anything is to know exactly what you want. On day 1, take time to define your desire with precision. Be specific, yet leave room for possibilities that exceed your expectations. For example, instead of saying, I want more money, say, I am so grateful to receive $10,000 in unexpected income. The clearer your intention, the easier it is for your mind to focus on it. Write your intention down as though it has already happened. Use present tense language and infuse it with emotion. For example, I am now living in my dream home, surrounded by peace, beauty, and joy. Writing your desire anchors it into your consciousness and sets the tone for the days ahead. On this first day, visualize your intention vividly. Close your eyes and imagine yourself living in the reality you desire. See the details, feel the emotions, and experience the joy of already having it. This process strengthens your belief and aligns your subconscious mind with your goal. The second day is all about aligning your emotions with your desire. Manifestation doesn't come from thinking alone, it comes from feeling. You must embody the energy of already having what you seek. If your desire is financial abundance, feel the freedom and security it brings. If it's love, feel the warmth, connection, and joy of that relationship. Throughout day 2, act as if your manifestation is already a reality. Carry yourself with the confidence of someone who has achieved their goal. Smile, speak, and move as though your desire has come to fruition. This alignment between your thoughts, emotions, and actions creates a powerful magnetic field that attracts your desired outcome. If doubt or fear creeps in, acknowledge it but do not dwell on it. Remind yourself that your desire is already on its way. Repeat affirmations that reinforce your belief, such as, I am worthy of all that I desire, or everything I need is aligning perfectly for me. The final step in the 3-day formula is releasing your desire with trust and taking inspired action. On day 3, stop obsessing over the how and when of your manifestation. Let go of the need to control the outcome and trust the process. This surrender is not about giving up, but about creating space for your desire to materialize. Use this day to focus on gratitude. Express appreciation for the things you already have and for the manifestation that is on its way. Gratitude raises your vibration and aligns you with abundance. Let's say, thank you for the opportunity to create this life. I am so grateful for all that is unfolding in my favor. Take inspired action toward your goal. This doesn't mean forcing things to happen, it means being open to opportunities and acting on intuitive nudges. For example, if your goal is a new job, update your resume, network, or apply for positions that resonate with you. If your desire is better health, make choices that align with your well-being. The 3-day formula for manifestation is not a magic trick, it is a disciplined practice of aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your desires. It is about believing in your ability to create, feeling the joy of your manifestation in advance, and trusting the process as it unfolds. Remember, the key to manifestation is consistency. Repeat this process whenever you feel called to bring something new into your life. Over time, you will notice that your ability to manifest grows stronger, and your desires begin to materialize with greater ease. As you follow this formula, hold on to this truth: the life you desire is not something distant or unattainable. It is already within you, waiting to be realized. Trust in your power, act with intention, and watch as the universe conspires to bring your dreams to life. 3 days is all it takes to begin the transformation. Start now and step into the life that is meant for you. Fulfillment is not something you chase, it's a state you embody. Living in the feeling of fulfillment means aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions as if your desires have already been realized. It's about stepping into the version of yourself who has everything you long for, and allowing that energy to guide your reality. At the core of this concept is the understanding that reality is shaped by your inner world. What you feel internally, you attract externally. If you constantly focus on lack, thinking about what you don't have, you project that lack outward, and life mirrors it back to you. But if you cultivate the feeling of fulfillment within, the world around you begins to align with that vibration. Your imagination is the gateway to fulfillment. It's not just a tool for daydreaming, it's a creative force that shapes your life. To live in the feeling of fulfillment, spend time each day imagining your desired outcome as though it has already happened. Close your eyes and see yourself living your dream. Feel the joy, peace, and gratitude that come with it. For example, if your goal is to own a beautiful home, imagine walking through its halls, feeling the textures of the walls, and smelling the fresh air that fills the space. If you desire financial freedom, Imagine the ease and confidence you'd feel checking your bank account, knowing there's more than enough. Make it real in your mind, and your emotions will follow. Living in the feeling of fulfillment requires you to embody the energy of someone who has already achieved their desires. This means carrying yourself with confidence, speaking words of abundance, and making decisions from a place of success. Ask yourself, how would I act, think, and feel if I already had what I want then? Align your behavior with that version of yourself. For instance, if your goal is to attract love, don't dwell in loneliness or self-doubt. Instead, embody the energy of someone who is deeply loved. Dress beautifully, treat yourself kindly, and radiate the confidence that comes with knowing you are worthy of love. This shift in energy draws your desires to you effortlessly. Gratitude is one of the most powerful ways to live in the feeling of fulfillment. When you are grateful, you affirm that you already have enough, which attracts more of what you desire. Start and end your day by listing things you're grateful for, both big and small. Include gratitude for the things you're manifesting, as if they're already part of your life. For example, say, I am so thankful for the abundance that flows to me effortlessly. I am grateful for the love, opportunities, and joy that fill my life. Gratitude shifts your focus from lack to abundance and reinforces the feeling of fulfillment. Living in fulfillment requires faith. Doubt, fear, and impatience create resistance, blocking the flow of your manifestations. Trust the process and let go of the need to control every detail. Know that what you seek is already seeking you and will arrive in divine timing. When doubts arise, replace them with affirmations of certainty. Say to yourself, everything is unfolding perfectly for me. My desires are already mine, and I am open to receiving them. This mindset dissolves resistance and strengthens your connection to the feeling of fulfillment. While living in the feeling of fulfillment starts within, it's also important to take inspired action. These are actions that align with your vision and come from a place of excitement and intuition, not fear or desperation. If your goal is to start a new career, begin networking or developing the skills you'll need. If you want to improve your health, take small, consistent steps like eating nutritious meals or exercising. Inspired action bridges the gap between the inner and outer worlds, reinforcing your belief in the reality you are creating. Fulfillment doesn't depend on what your physical senses can perceive right now. It's about trusting that the unseen forces of the universe are working in your favor. Even if there's no immediate evidence of your desires manifesting, hold on to the feeling that they are already yours. This unwavering faith keeps you aligned with your vision. Remember this truth: you don't have to wait for fulfillment, it is available to you now. Feel it, embody it, and trust it. As you do, you will see your inner state reflected in your outer world. Fulfillment is not a destination, it's a way of being. Choose to live it today, and watch as your life transforms in ways beyond your imagination. You stand at the crossroads of a new beginning, and all I ask is for 72 hours. Give me 72 hours, and I will give you a new life, one that is filled with joy, abundance, and fulfillment. But understand this: the change does not come from the outside world. It begins within you. Your current life is the product of the beliefs you hold, the thoughts you think, and the emotions you feel. If your world isn't what you desire, it's because your internal world is out of alignment with what you truly want. But I am here to tell you that in just 72 hours, you can change everything. You don't need months, years, or endless struggle. The key is to shift your focus, your thoughts, and your beliefs right now. The power of belief is a fundamental force that shapes the reality you experience. Everything in your life, from your success to your relationships, your health, and even your financial situation, is deeply rooted in the beliefs you hold about yourself and the world around you. You see, belief isn't just a passive thought, it's the driving force that directs your actions, influences your emotions, and ultimately dictates the circumstances you encounter. It's through belief that you create your reality. Belief works as a powerful filter through which you view the world. It's as if your beliefs are the lens through which you perceive everything that happens in your life. If you believe that life is hard, you will see challenges everywhere you go. If you believe that success is out of reach, you will struggle to make progress. On the other hand, if you believe that life is abundant, that opportunities are everywhere, and that you are worthy of success, the world will reflect these beliefs. What you believe about yourself and the world directly affects how you respond to situations, how you interact with others, and how you carry yourself through life. One of the most profound truths about belief is that it shapes your internal state. Your emotions, thoughts, and actions are all aligned with your beliefs. For example, if you believe that you are unworthy of love or success, you will unconsciously behave in ways that reinforce this belief. You might sabotage your own efforts or push people away because deep down you believe that you don't deserve what they have to offer. But when you change that belief and start to believe that you are worthy of all the good things life has to offer, you begin to act with confidence, clarity, and purpose. The power of belief goes beyond just thoughts. It reaches into the subconscious mind, where beliefs are deeply rooted. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts whatever you feed it as truth. If you constantly tell yourself that you are capable and deserving, your subconscious mind will begin to accept this as fact, and it will start to influence your behavior, your choices, and even the people you attract into your life. On the contrary, if you constantly tell yourself that you are inadequate or unlucky, your subconscious mind will direct your life in alignment with these beliefs. This is where the idea of self-fulfilling prophecies comes into play. A self-fulfilling prophecy occurs when you believe something to be true so strongly that you act in ways that make it come true. If you believe you can succeed, you will take the necessary actions to achieve your goals. You will persist through obstacles, make the right connections, and make choices that lead to success. However, if you believe you will fail, your actions will be in alignment with that belief, and failure becomes inevitable. Your belief shapes your reality because it influences the actions you take or fail to take. The power of belief also extends to how we perceive others. Our beliefs about the world and about other people influence how we interact with them. If you believe that people are kind, trustworthy, and supportive, you are more likely to attract positive, uplifting relationships into your life. On the other hand, if you believe that people are selfish, manipulative, or untrustworthy, you will likely find yourself surrounded by individuals who reflect these qualities. Our beliefs about others are often a direct reflection of our own internal beliefs. For example, if you have unresolved feelings of inadequacy, you might project that onto others, expecting them to treat you poorly or dismissively. Another important aspect of belief is its connection to the energy you put out into the world. Belief is energy. When you believe in something, whether it's your own potential, a goal, or a vision for your life, you send out an energetic vibration that aligns with that belief. This energy attracts situations, people, and opportunities that match that vibration. It's like sending out a signal to the universe, and what you send out will return to you in the form of circumstances and experiences. If you believe that you are a magnet for success, you will find that opportunities seem to appear out of nowhere, and people begin to take notice of you. On the other hand, if you believe that success is hard to come by, you will find yourself constantly struggling and facing roadblocks. The great thing about belief is that it is not set in stone. You are not doomed to live your life according to the beliefs you held in the past. You have the power to change your beliefs at any moment. By changing the beliefs that no longer serve you, you can transform your life. This is where the power of imagination comes into play. Your imagination is a tool that can be used to reshape your beliefs and create new possibilities. By imagining a life that aligns with the beliefs you wish to adopt, you can begin to shift your perception and move towards a reality that matches those beliefs. To harness the full potential of your belief, you must be intentional about what you choose to believe. Question the beliefs that no longer serve you, and consciously choose to adopt beliefs that align with your highest potential. Your beliefs shape everything in your life. They are the foundation upon which your reality is built. If you want a different life, you must begin with a different belief system. The power of belief is one of the most extraordinary tools you have. It shapes your reality, influences your actions, and attracts the experiences you encounter. The life you live today is a reflection of what you believe, and by changing those beliefs, you can change everything. Take a moment to ask yourself, what do I truly believe about myself and the world? Do those beliefs serve me, or are they holding me back? The moment you decide to change your beliefs is the moment your life begins to shift. And with that shift comes the possibility of creating a new reality, one that is rich with opportunity, success, and fulfillment. Everything is within you. This statement may sound profound, yet it holds a deep and transformative truth. Too often we look outside of ourselves for answers, validation, or change. We think that if we only had the right circumstances, the right people, or the right opportunities, our lives would be different. But in reality, everything you need to create the life you desire is already within you. It is not in the things you have or the people you encounter, it is in your own thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions. The key to unlocking your true potential lies in recognizing this power and learning to tap into it. At the core of this truth is the understanding that your inner world shapes your outer reality. The world around you is simply a reflection of the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions you carry within yourself. Your experiences, your relationships, your successes and failures, all of them are manifestations of what you believe and how you feel about yourself and the world. If you want to change anything in your life, you must begin by looking inward and changing the way you think, believe, and perceive. The mind is an incredibly powerful tool. It can either be your greatest ally or your worst enemy, depending on how you use it. When you align your thoughts with your desires, you begin to create the conditions for those desires to manifest. Your thoughts are like seeds, and your mind is the fertile soil that nurtures them. If you plant thoughts of doubt, fear, and limitation, your reality will reflect those thoughts. But if you plant thoughts of possibility, abundance, and confidence, your life will begin to reflect those as well. Many people unknowingly limit themselves because they believe that they are at the mercy of circumstances beyond their control. They may believe that they are stuck in a situation because of their background, their upbringing, or their current circumstances. But the truth is, you are never stuck unless you believe that you are. The moment you realize that you have the power to change your thoughts and beliefs, you open the door to unlimited possibilities. Your circumstances do not define you, they are simply a reflection of your current mindset. And just as easily as you have created the life you are living right now, you can create a new reality that aligns with your deepest desires. The key to accessing this inner power is to become aware of your thoughts and beliefs. Most people go through life on autopilot, unaware of the constant stream of thoughts running through their minds. These thoughts shape their perceptions, influence their decisions, and ultimately determine the course of their lives. But when you become conscious of your thoughts, you gain the ability to change them. You can replace limiting beliefs with empowering ones, and you can choose thoughts that support your growth and success. One of the most powerful tools for changing your inner world is your imagination. Your imagination is the gateway to creating a new reality. When you visualize the life you want to live, you are not just daydreaming, you are actively reprogramming your subconscious mind. The subconscious mind does not distinguish between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts whatever you feed it as truth. By vividly imagining the life you desire, you are impressing those images upon your subconscious mind, and your subconscious will work to bring them into your reality. The more you engage your imagination, and the more vividly you picture your ideal life, the more likely you are to see it materialize in the physical world. Your inner world is also shaped by your beliefs. Beliefs are like lenses through which you view the world. They influence how you perceive yourself, others, and the world around you. If you believe that you are capable of achieving your goals, you will take actions that align with that belief. On the other hand, if you believe that you are not worthy or capable, you will unconsciously sabotage your efforts. The good news is that beliefs are not fixed, they can be changed. You are not bound by the beliefs you grew up with or the beliefs you developed in the past. You have the power to adopt new beliefs that empower you and support your growth. By choosing beliefs that align with your highest potential, you can unlock a new level of success and fulfillment. Another important aspect of the power within you is the ability to control your emotions. Emotions are powerful forces that influence your thoughts and actions. When you are in a negative emotional state, it is difficult to think clearly or make good decisions. But when you are able to master your emotions and maintain a positive, centered state, you are better equipped to navigate life's challenges. Emotions are a reflection of your thoughts, and when you change your thoughts, your emotions will follow. By practicing emotional control and learning to respond to situations rather than react, you gain mastery over your inner world, and in turn you gain mastery over your outer world. When you recognize that everything is within you, you begin to realize that you are not at the mercy of external circumstances. You have the ability to create your own reality. This does not mean that life will always be easy, or that challenges will not arise. But it does mean that you have the power to respond to those challenges in a way that serves your growth. You are the creator of your life, and the power to change anything lies within you. The truth is that you are already complete. You already possess everything you need to succeed. You have within you the power to create, to change, and to transform your life. The only thing that stands between you and the life you desire is your belief in your own power. Once you embrace the truth that everything is within you, you will begin to see the world as a place full of limitless possibilities. You will no longer look outside of yourself for answers, because you will know that you already hold the key to unlocking your dreams. Your imagination is one of the most powerful tools you possess. It is the creative force that shapes your reality and guides you towards the life you desire. The imagination is not merely a space for daydreams and fantasies. It is a dynamic, potent force that, when harnessed properly, can create profound changes in your life. It is through your imagination that you can envision your dreams, build your future, and manifest the reality you desire. The power of your imagination lies in its ability to transform your internal world, which in turn transforms the external world you experience. At its core, your imagination is the seed of creation. What you imagine is what you create. Your thoughts, beliefs, and emotions all begin in the realm of imagination, and these mental images shape your actions and perceptions. When you imagine something, you are sending a powerful signal to your subconscious mind, instructing it to bring that image into your life. The subconscious mind does not differentiate between what is real and what is imagined. It accepts whatever is impressed upon it as truth. This is why the thoughts and images you hold in your mind are so important. If you can see it in your imagination, it can become a part of your physical reality. Your imagination has no limits. It is an endless, boundless space where you can create and design any scenario you desire. It does not matter where you come from, what you've experienced, or what your current circumstances are. Your imagination is free to create anything. This freedom is one of the most profound gifts you have, yet many people are unaware of its true potential. Instead of using their imagination to build their desired future, they often use it to focus on what they fear or what they don't want. They imagine worst-case scenarios, doubts, and limitations, inadvertently attracting those things into their lives. This is why it is so important to consciously choose what you feed your imagination, for it is a direct reflection of what you will experience in life. Imagination is the blueprint of manifestation. Before anything becomes real in the physical world, it first exists as a thought, an idea, or an image in the mind. The most successful people in the world didn't create their achievements by simply working hard. They also spent time imagining the life they wanted to create. They saw their success before it materialized, and this vision guided their actions. By vividly imagining your goals, you are sending a clear message to the universe and to your subconscious mind that these desires are possible. When you create detailed mental images of your success, you are essentially programming yourself for success. One of the most powerful aspects of imagination is its ability to influence emotions. When you vividly imagine something, your body responds as though it is already happening. This emotional engagement is essential in the process of manifestation, because the stronger the emotion attached to an image or thought, the more powerful the signal you send to the subconscious mind. The more real you make the experience in your imagination, the more likely it is to manifest in your life. This is why visualization techniques are so effective. They not only allow you to see your desired outcome, but they also help you feel the emotions associated with it. This emotional connection creates a magnetic force that attracts similar circumstances and opportunities. The key to utilizing your imagination as a creative power is to believe in its potential. You must trust that your imagination is not just a whimsical escape from reality, but a vital tool for creating the life you desire. Believing in the power of your imagination means accepting that the world you see around you is a direct result of what you have created in your mind. This is not to say that everything is under your control, but it does mean that your ability to shape your life is limitless when you use your imagination in a focused, intentional way. The imagination also plays a central role in problem solving. When faced with challenges, many people focus on the problems, the obstacles, and the limitations they face. This mindset only strengthens the sense of struggle. However, when you use your imagination, you have the ability to focus on solutions. You can imagine the outcome you desire and how it will feel to overcome the challenge. This not only puts your mind in a positive state, but it also guides your actions. Imagination opens up new possibilities and perspectives, helping you to see opportunities that were previously hidden. It is also important to recognize that your imagination is a reflection of your self-image. If you do not believe in your worth or abilities, your imagination will not support you in achieving your goals. This is why working on developing a positive self-image is crucial. Your imagination can only take you as far as your belief in yourself. When you start to see yourself as capable, deserving, and worthy of success, your imagination will begin to reflect those qualities. You will start to visualize yourself achieving your goals and living the life you desire, and this vision will become a driving force that propels you forward. The more time you spend nurturing and developing your imagination, the more powerful it becomes. Imagination is a muscle, and like any muscle, it requires practice to strengthen. The more often you engage in visualization, daydreaming, and creative thinking, the easier it becomes to access your creative power. Make time each day to visualize your goals, your desires, and the life you want to create. Engage all your senses in the process. See, feel, hear, and experience your desires as though they are already a part of your reality. The more vivid and detailed you make your mental images, the more powerful they become. Your imagination is not just a passive mental exercise, it is your creative power. It is through your imagination that you can shape your reality, create your future, and manifest your deepest desires. When you begin to use your imagination intentionally, with focus and belief, you tap into a source of limitless potential. The life you desire is waiting for you to create it, and the key to unlocking that creation lies within your imagination. The possibilities are endless, and the power is yours. To live in the end is to consciously and deliberately embody the state of having already achieved your desires. It is to fully immerse yourself in the feeling of your desire fulfilled, as if it has already come to pass, rather than waiting for it to happen or wondering when it will manifest. This concept may seem strange to many, but it is the key to unlocking the creative power within you. When you live in the end, you align yourself with the vibration of your goal and naturally attract the circumstances that will bring it into your life. Most people approach their desires from the perspective of lack. They focus on what they don't have or on what they want but don't yet possess. This creates a sense of yearning and longing, and as a result, they continue to attract situations that reinforce the feeling of not having. The key to living in the end is to shift your mindset from one of lack to one of abundance. You must shift from thinking about your desires in terms of what you don't have and start living as though you already have them. When you live in the end, you are no longer attached to the idea of wanting, because you know that what you desire is already yours in spirit. The power of living in the end lies in the ability to experience your desires in the present moment. Our minds are often trapped in the past or future, constantly revisiting old memories or projecting into a future that hasn't yet arrived. But the only moment that truly matters is the present. In this moment, you have the power to decide what you focus on and how you choose to feel. If you live in the end, you choose to feel the emotions of having already accomplished your goal. If you desire wealth, for example, you do not wait for it to appear in your bank account. Instead, you begin to feel abundant right now, as if you already have all the money you need. When you feel abundant, you send out a signal to the universe that attracts more abundance, because the universe responds to your vibration, not your circumstances. When you embody the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you activate a powerful creative force within you. Your thoughts, emotions, and actions become aligned with your goal. It is this alignment that creates the conditions for your desires to manifest. By living in the end, you do not waste energy focusing on obstacles or setbacks. Instead, you remain anchored in the knowledge that your desire is already done, and you trust that everything is unfolding perfectly. This trust creates a sense of peace and confidence that allows you to move through life with ease, knowing that your desires are already on their way to you. One of the most important aspects of living in the end is the role of imagination. The mind is a powerful tool, and it is through your imagination that you can experience the end result of your desires. If you want to manifest a new job, for example, you must imagine yourself already in that job. Visualize yourself waking up in the morning, going to work, and experiencing the fulfillment of doing work you love. Feel the excitement, the gratitude, and the joy of having already achieved that goal. Engage all your senses in this mental imagery. See the office, hear the sounds, and experience the emotions of success. The more real and vivid the experience in your imagination, the more it will impress upon your subconscious mind. Your subconscious does not know the difference between what is imagined and what is real. So when you vividly imagine your desire fulfilled, you are conditioning your mind to believe that it is already yours. Living in the end also involves a shift in how you view challenges and obstacles. When you live in the end, you understand that setbacks are not signs that your desire will never be fulfilled. Instead, they are simply part of the process of manifestation. Everything is working together for your highest good, even if it doesn't appear that way at first. When you encounter difficulties, you do not let them distract you or cause doubt. Instead, you return to the feeling of having your desire fulfilled. If you desire a new home, for instance, and you experience a setback in your search, you do not let that discourage you. You continue to live in the end, knowing that the perfect home is already yours, and that everything is unfolding as it should. To live in the end is also to cultivate patience and trust in the timing of your desires. In our fast-paced world, it is easy to become impatient and frustrated when things don't happen immediately. But when you live in the end, you trust that everything is happening in perfect timing. The universe, or whatever higher power you believe in, is always working behind the scenes to bring your desires to fruition. Your job is to remain faithful, to stay aligned with your desire, and to trust that it is already yours. This trust eliminates anxiety and fear, creating space for the manifestation to unfold effortlessly. The power of living in the end also involves living with the knowledge that your external reality is a reflection of your inner state. When you live in the end, you begin to see the world through the lens of abundance, success, and fulfillment. You stop waiting for the world to change before you feel good, and instead you begin to feel good regardless of external circumstances. You understand that the world around you is a mirror, reflecting back to you what you believe and feel about yourself. When you live in the end, you are no longer a victim of circumstances. You are a powerful creator of your own reality. Living in the end requires consistent practice and dedication. It is not enough to occasionally visualize your desires or occasionally feel good about your goals. To truly embody this mindset, you must make living in the end a daily practice. You must continually remind yourself that your desires are already fulfilled and that the life you want is already yours. This is a practice of faith, trust, and unwavering belief in your creative power. Living in the end is the most powerful way to manifest your desires. It is the act of fully embodying the feeling of your desire already fulfilled and aligning your thoughts, emotions, and actions with that state. When you live in the end, you are no longer waiting for things to change. You are living as though they already have. This mindset shift activates the creative power within you and allows your desires to manifest effortlessly. Living in the end requires trust, patience, and a deep belief in the power of your own mind. When you live in the end, you are not just wishing for your dreams to come true, you are creating them right now. Doubt and fear are two of the most powerful emotions that can keep you stuck, prevent you from moving forward, and block the path to your desires. They are subtle, insidious forces that can subtly take control of your mind, leading you to question your abilities, your worth, and even your future. The truth is, both doubt and fear are illusions. They exist only in the mind and are based on past experiences or imagined future outcomes. When you release these emotions, you open the door to limitless possibilities, creativity, and the power to manifest your dreams. At their core, doubt and fear stem from the mind's tendency to focus on what could go wrong instead of what could go right. When you allow doubt to take root, you begin to question whether your desires are even possible or if you are capable of achieving them. Fear follows closely behind, and it keeps you in a constant state of worry about what might happen, what might not happen, and the potential for failure. This creates a self-fulfilling cycle where the very thoughts you entertain bring about the outcomes you fear the most. Doubt and fear are also closely linked to the ego, which thrives on uncertainty. The ego tries to keep you small, safe, and within the bounds of what is comfortable. It resists change and anything that challenges the status quo. The first step in releasing doubt and fear is to recognize that they are not your truth. You are not your doubts, and you are not your fears. They are simply thoughts that have been allowed to occupy space in your mind. Thoughts are not permanent. They are fleeting, and they only have power over you if you allow them to. The moment you recognize that these thoughts are not who you are, you begin to disempower them. You must learn to separate yourself from the negative thought patterns that have kept you in a state of fear and doubt. Instead of identifying with these emotions, see them as something external to your true self. Another powerful way to release doubt and fear is to focus on the present moment. Most of the fear and doubt we experience is rooted in thoughts about the past or the future. We think about past mistakes, failures, or missed opportunities, and we worry about the future and what might go wrong. But the present moment is where true power lies. In the present moment, you have the ability to choose how you feel and what you focus on. When you bring your attention to the present, you create space for calm, clarity, and confidence. The more you practice staying present, the less power fear and doubt will have over you. When you stop obsessing over what could happen and focus on what is happening right now, you realize that everything is okay. You begin to see that you have all the resources you need in this moment, and that the future will unfold naturally. Another important practice in releasing doubt and fear is the use of positive affirmation and visualization. The mind is incredibly powerful, and it will always believe what you tell it. If you continually tell yourself that you are not capable or that your dreams are impossible, your mind will begin to accept those statements as truth. On the other hand, if you consciously affirm your worth and abilities, you will begin to shift your mindset and let go of the fear and doubt that once held you back. By affirming that you are capable, confident, and deserving of success, you reprogram your subconscious mind to align with those beliefs. The more you affirm these positive truths, the more your actions, emotions, and experiences will begin to reflect them. Visualization is another tool that can help you release fear and doubt. When you visualize your success, you immerse yourself in the feelings and emotions of having already achieved your goal. You create a vivid mental image of the outcome you desire, and you experience it as if it has already happened. The more real and detailed the visualization, the more you impress it upon your subconscious mind. This process helps you to overcome fear by shifting your focus away from the what-ifs and toward the possibility of success. It allows you to create a new, empowering story for yourself, one that is free from doubt and fear. Taking action is also an essential part of releasing doubt and fear. Fear often arises when we remain stagnant or inactive. The longer we sit in doubt and fear, the more they grow. When you take small, consistent steps toward your goals, you begin to build confidence and momentum. Action is the antidote to fear. It is a powerful way to prove to yourself that you are capable of handling whatever comes your way. Each step you take in the direction of your goals diminishes the power of doubt and fear, because with every action, you build evidence that you are on the right path. Even if you make mistakes or encounter obstacles along the way, you will have taken action, and you will have learned valuable lessons that help you grow stronger. Another critical step in releasing fear and doubt is to trust the process of life. Many times we fear the unknown because we cannot see the full picture. We become anxious about what might happen, and we try to control every outcome. However, life has its own rhythm and flow, and when you trust that things will unfold as they should, you release the need to control every detail. Surrendering to the flow of life is one of the most powerful ways to release fear and doubt. Trust that the universe is always working in your favor, even when you cannot see it. Trust that every experience, whether it appears good or bad, is a stepping stone toward your growth and success. In addition to trust, self-compassion is essential in releasing doubt and fear. Be kind to yourself when you feel afraid or doubtful. Understand that these feelings are a natural part of being human, and they do not define you. Instead of berating yourself for feeling fear or doubt, offer yourself love and encouragement. Remind yourself that it is okay to have moments of uncertainty, but that you are capable of overcoming them. The more you practice self-compassion, the less you will identify with these negative emotions, and the more you will be able to move through them with ease. Remember that doubt and fear are often rooted in past experiences or imagined scenarios. They are not predictions of your future, they are simply stories your mind tells you. By releasing these old stories and creating new empowering beliefs, you free yourself to live the life you deserve. Releasing doubt and fear is a continuous process, but it is a necessary one if you want to step into your full potential and embrace the limitless possibilities that await you. When you let go of fear and doubt, you make space for faith, confidence, and the power to create your desired reality. The 72-hour window is a concept that can significantly impact how we approach our goals, dreams, and even life changes. It's a time frame that is short enough to create a sense of urgency, yet long enough to allow for real transformation and results. The power of this 72-hour window lies in its ability to propel us into action, shift our mindset, and solidify new habits or manifestations. It is within these 72 hours that the subconscious mind is most receptive, and the actions you take within this period can often determine whether you succeed or fail in bringing about the changes you desire. Many people fail to realize the importance of acting quickly when it comes to manifesting desires or creating new results. The longer we wait to take action, the more likely we are to doubt ourselves, lose motivation, or allow external circumstances to influence our decisions. Procrastination can become a powerful enemy that weakens our resolve and delays the realization of our dreams. The 72-hour window is a tool that allows us to bypass hesitation, sidestep fear, and embrace the momentum of immediate action. When you make the decision to act within this time frame, you are asserting your power over the situation, and you send a strong message to the universe that you are ready to receive. The initial 72-hour window after setting an intention or making a decision is critical because it's when your mind is most aligned with your desire. In these first few hours, your thoughts and emotions are fresh, and the energy you put forth is potent. During this time, your subconscious is most impressionable, meaning that if you act decisively and confidently, you're creating powerful momentum toward your goal. If you wait, however, the energy can dissipate, and the doubts and fears that naturally arise will begin to take over. These doubts, even if subtle, can disrupt the manifestation process, weakening your resolve and making it more difficult to take inspired action. When you commit to a decision and move forward within 72 hours, you are essentially taking control of your destiny. The 72-hour window is all about momentum, just a few days of focused, determined action can put you on the path toward a new reality. It is during this period that you can start seeing changes, making progress, and feeling the positive results of your efforts. This window helps you stay motivated and ensures that you are not left in a state of confusion or indecision. Once the 72-hour window has passed, it's easy to fall back into old patterns and doubts. Therefore, taking immediate action is essential to solidifying the decision and creating the reality you desire. One of the main reasons why the 72-hour window works so powerfully is that it taps into the principle of momentum. Momentum is a force that, once set in motion, keeps us moving forward with little effort. When we take immediate action, even if it's just a small step, we create a spark that ignites further action. This can snowball into greater progress and eventually result in significant change. The key to making the most of this window is to start small but start quickly. Don't wait for the perfect moment or the right conditions, just take action. It doesn't have to be a massive move. What matters is that you move in the direction of your goal without delay. Another important aspect of the 72-hour window is the power of the subconscious mind. Your subconscious mind is constantly working behind the scenes, processing information and influencing your behavior. When you make a decision and take action within 72 hours, you are sending a clear signal to your subconscious mind that this is important and that you are serious about your desires. This sends a strong message to the universe that you are open and ready to receive. By acting quickly, you bypass the mental chatter and doubt that often arise when we linger too long. You're allowing your mind to focus on what you want, not on what you fear or doubt. In addition to harnessing the power of momentum and your subconscious mind, the 72-hour window is also important because it challenges your willpower and commitment. It tests your resolve and whether or not you're truly ready to make the changes necessary to achieve your desires. The initial steps you take in this short window require courage and faith, as it often feels uncomfortable to step into the unknown. Yet this discomfort is a signal that you are growing, expanding, and moving closer to the life you envision. Once you push through the resistance in the first 72 hours, it becomes easier to continue taking action in the days and weeks that follow. The 72-hour window also works because it minimizes the impact of external distractions and influences. When we are clear on our desires and focused on what we want to achieve, the world around us can often feel overwhelming. We may be bombarded with messages, opinions, and events that pull our attention away from our goals. However, by focusing on taking action within the first 72 hours, we bypass external noise and distractions. This time is crucial for ensuring that you stay on track and make decisions that align with your higher purpose, not with outside influences that may lead you astray. Taking action within the 72-hour window also activates your sense of urgency. Urgency is not about rushing or making hasty decisions, but rather about recognizing the importance of moving forward with purpose and clarity. It pushes you to stop waiting for things to happen and instead to create your reality by acting on your intentions. The feeling of urgency brings clarity to your actions and forces you to eliminate indecision, which is often the result of overthinking or fearing the unknown. By embracing urgency, you are telling yourself that you are worthy of achieving your desires and that you are willing to do whatever it takes to bring them into fruition. The law of assumption is one of the most profound and transformative concepts when it comes to creating the life you desire. It is based on the premise that whatever you assume to be true becomes your reality. This is not just about positive thinking or wishful imagining. It's a deep understanding that the world around you is a reflection of your inner assumptions and beliefs. The law of assumption states that what you believe to be true, what you assume as your reality, must manifest in your life. This is a law of the mind, one that influences everything from your relationships to your career to your health. At its core, the law of assumption teaches that your assumptions, whether they are conscious or subconscious, have the power to shape your reality. It's not about what you consciously want or desire, but about what you truly believe deep down to be true about yourself and the world. When you assume something to be true, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions to support that assumption. The universe then responds by bringing circumstances, people, and events into your life that mirror those beliefs. One of the key aspects of the law of assumption is that it works whether you are aware of it or not. It's constantly at play in your life. Every belief you hold, every assumption you make about your worth, your potential, your capabilities, and your future is creating the conditions of your life. The external world is nothing more than a reflection of your internal assumptions. If you assume that success is difficult or unattainable, the world will continue to show you evidence that supports this belief. On the other hand, if you assume that success is inevitable and easily accessible, you will begin to see opportunities and circumstances that support this new belief. The law of assumption suggests that all experiences are first created in the mind before they manifest in the physical world. When you assume a particular state of being, you move into that state mentally and emotionally, which then translates into physical manifestation. For example, if you assume that you are wealthy, you begin to think, feel, and act as someone who is wealthy. You will start to see opportunities for financial growth where you once saw none. You will make decisions from the mindset of abundance, and this alignment will eventually lead to the physical manifestation of wealth. The key is that you must assume the end result as already being true. You don't wait for the physical evidence to show up before you assume it. Instead, you create that evidence through your assumption and belief. This principle of assumption is not about forcing things into existence or pretending that something is true when it isn't. It is about aligning yourself with the truth that you choose to live. And when you assume the reality you desire, you are essentially closing the gap between where you are now and where you want to be. Your assumption is the bridge between your present circumstances and your desired outcome. It is not a matter of wishing or hoping, it's about claiming your desired reality and acting as if it is already yours. The beauty of the law of assumption is that it applies to all areas of life. It is not limited to one's financial situation or material possessions. It applies to relationships, health, career, and personal growth. Whatever it is that you desire, you must assume that it is already yours. This assumption is not about waiting for the perfect circumstances or the right time. It's about assuming that your desires have already been fulfilled. When you assume the end result, your mind and actions begin to align with that reality, and the universe responds in kind. This law requires a shift in thinking, particularly in the way you approach challenges. When you face difficulties or obstacles, instead of assuming failure or defeat, you must assume success. You must assume that the solution is already in place and that the outcome will be favorable. This assumption creates a sense of confidence and certainty, even in the face of uncertainty. It's important to recognize that challenges are not signs of failure, but opportunities for growth that will only strengthen your belief in the assumption of success. Another essential aspect of the law of assumption is that it requires persistence and consistency. It's not enough to simply assume your desires once and then wait for them to manifest. You must live in that assumption every day, continuously reaffirming it in your thoughts, feelings, and actions. When doubts arise, you must reaffirm your assumption, even if the evidence in the physical world contradicts it. The more you persist in your assumption, the more it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind, which is the true creator of your reality. When you assume your desired reality, you are also practicing faith. Faith in the law of assumption is not about blind belief, but about knowing that your assumptions are the key to unlocking your desired outcome. It is the trust that what you assume in your mind will eventually be reflected in your outer world. This faith is not passive, it requires active participation through thought, emotion, and action. By living from the assumption that your desires are already fulfilled, you begin to see the world differently. You no longer see obstacles as roadblocks, but as part of the process leading you to your desired outcome. The law of assumption also involves letting go of doubt and disbelief. The power of your assumption is only as strong as your belief in it. If you hold on to doubts or negative beliefs, you weaken the force of your assumption and delay your manifestation. To truly harness the power of this law, you must be willing to let go of limiting beliefs and replace them with empowering assumptions that align with your desires. This process requires mental discipline and a deep commitment to living in alignment with your highest self. The law of assumption is a powerful tool for transforming your life. It teaches that what you assume to be true about yourself and the world will become your reality. By assuming the end result of your desires, you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions to manifest that reality. The more you live in this assumption, the more it becomes your truth, and the universe responds accordingly. The law of assumption is a reminder that you are the creator of your own reality, and that the power to shape your life lies within your thoughts and beliefs. Through persistence, faith, and a willingness to embrace the power of assumption, you can transform your life and bring your dreams into being. Your world is a mirror, reflecting back the inner state of your mind. Every circumstance, situation, and relationship you encounter is a direct reflection of the thoughts, beliefs, and feelings you hold within. This concept is central to understanding how reality operates and how you can shape your life. The world around you is not random, nor is it something that simply happens to you. It is a direct result of your inner state of being, the energy you emit, and the assumptions you make about yourself, others, and life in general. If you want to change your world, the key is not to focus on altering external conditions, but to transform your inner world first. The principle that your outer world reflects your inner state is grounded in the idea that everything in the universe operates in harmony. Your thoughts, emotions, and beliefs are not isolated, they interact with the energy around you, creating the circumstances and experiences you encounter. The universe responds to the vibration you emit. This vibration is the energy that comes from your mental and emotional state. If your inner world is filled with negativity, doubt, or fear, that energy is projected outward, attracting similar energies and experiences. On the other hand, when your inner world is aligned with positivity, peace, and confidence, your outer world begins to reflect those qualities. This dynamic process can be seen in many aspects of life. For instance, if you believe that you are worthy of love, respect, and success, you begin to act and think in ways that reflect that belief. As a result, you attract relationships and opportunities that mirror your inner belief in your own worth. If, however, you believe that you are unworthy or incapable of achieving your goals, the universe will reflect these assumptions by presenting you with experiences that reinforce your doubts. The circumstances you encounter are not random, they are a reflection of what you hold to be true inside. Our subconscious mind plays a crucial role in shaping our inner state. The subconscious mind absorbs everything we experience. Even if we are not consciously aware of it, it holds our deeply ingrained beliefs, attitudes, and memories, which govern how we perceive the world. These beliefs then dictate our actions, emotions, and reactions. For example, if you have a subconscious belief that money is scarce or difficult to come by, your actions will align with this belief, and you will find yourself constantly struggling or facing financial difficulties. Conversely, if your subconscious mind is aligned with abundance and prosperity, you will notice opportunities and circumstances that support this belief. The law of attraction is closely tied to the idea that your world reflects your inner state. What you focus on, whether it is positive or negative, expands in your life. When you focus on scarcity or lack, you reinforce those feelings, and the universe responds by bringing more experiences that reflect those beliefs. Likewise, when you focus on abundance, gratitude, and possibilities, your world begins to shift to reflect those thoughts and feelings. Your outer world is essentially a mirror image of your inner world, and by shifting your inner state, you can change the experiences that manifest in your life. To change your world, you must begin by changing your inner state. This requires a deep awareness of your thoughts and feelings and a willingness to transform them. The process begins with identifying limiting beliefs or negative thought patterns that may be keeping you stuck. Once you become aware of these patterns, you can replace them with more empowering beliefs that align with the reality you wish to create. For example, if you have a belief that success is difficult to achieve, you can shift that belief to one that affirms that success is inevitable and accessible to you. By repeating this new belief and living in alignment with it, your world will gradually reflect this change. Another important aspect of changing your inner state is managing your emotions. Emotions are a powerful form of energy that influence the vibration you emit. When you experience negative emotions such as fear, anger, or frustration, your energy becomes blocked, and your outer world reflects that imbalance. On the other hand, positive emotions like joy, love, and gratitude create an open flow of energy, allowing you to attract experiences that align with these positive feelings. Learning to regulate your emotions, to shift from negative feelings to more empowering ones, is essential to transforming your outer world. Visualization is a powerful tool that can help align your inner state with your desired reality. When you visualize your goals and desires as already fulfilled, you are training your subconscious mind to accept this as your reality. By vividly imagining the life you want, you send a clear signal to the universe that you are ready to receive it. Visualization helps to create a strong inner belief in your own potential, and as you hold this image in your mind, your outer world begins to shift in alignment with it. Affirmations also play a key role in transforming your inner state. By repeating positive affirmations, you reprogram your subconscious mind to accept new beliefs that are in harmony with your desired reality. Affirmations work by reinforcing positive thoughts and replacing limiting beliefs. When you repeat affirmations consistently, you begin to embody the thoughts and feelings associated with those statements, and your outer world begins to reflect those changes. For example, if you affirm, "I am successful," and success comes easily to me, your subconscious mind begins to accept this as your truth, and your actions and experiences start to mirror this belief. The power of gratitude cannot be underestimated in shifting your inner state. Gratitude is one of the most powerful vibrations you can emit, as it aligns you with abundance and positivity. When you focus on what you are grateful for, you elevate your energy and begin to attract more things to be grateful for. Gratitude shifts your focus from what is lacking in your life to what is already abundant, creating a positive feedback loop that attracts more abundance. As you cultivate an attitude of gratitude, your inner state becomes aligned with the abundance of the universe, and your world begins to reflect that alignment. Your world is a reflection of your inner state. The beliefs, thoughts, and emotions you hold within shape your outer reality. To transform your life, you must first transform your inner world. By becoming aware of your beliefs, managing your emotions, and using tools like visualization, affirmations, and gratitude, you can shift your inner state to align with the reality you desire. Your outer world will inevitably begin to mirror this shift, and you will find yourself experiencing new opportunities, relationships, and circumstances that reflect your inner transformation. The key to creating the life you want is to recognize that the power lies within you, and that by changing your thoughts and emotions, you can change your reality. Ladies and gentlemen, close your eyes for a moment and listen not to the clamor of the world, but to the still, small voice within you. This voice is powerful beyond measure, for it holds the key to the transformation of your life. Your words, my friend, are not idle. They are seeds cast into the fertile soil of the unseen, destined to bloom into the harvest of your reality. When you speak blessings upon yourself, you activate the divine within. Say aloud, "I am whole, I am prosperous, I am loved." Do you feel it? These words ripple through the universe, carrying your desires like a song sung into eternity. Words are not mere sounds, they are creative forces that possess the power to shape the very fabric of your reality. The words you speak, whether aloud or within the silence of your thoughts, act as a mirror to your beliefs and intentions, projecting them outward into the world. Every utterance, no matter how casual it may seem, carries a vibration that resonates with the energy of creation. When you understand this truth, you begin to see that your words are not insignificant. They are the tools by which you carve your destiny. Consider this: the spoken word begins within you as a thought, a feeling, or a desire. It is the essence of your inner world made audible. When you declare something aloud, you are not simply describing reality, you are actively shaping it. Words serve as bridges between the unseen and the seen, between the intangible world of imagination and the tangible world of experience. Every time you speak, you are planting seeds in the soil of the universe, seeds that will sprout and grow into the life you live. Many people speak without awareness of this power. They utter words of doubt, fear, or limitation, thinking them harmless or insignificant. Yet these words have the same creative energy as those spoken with intention. To say, "I can't" or "I'm not good enough" is to affirm these limitations as truths. Such declarations take root in your subconscious mind, which knows no distinction between jest and sincerity. It accepts every word as a directive and works tirelessly to make it so. On the other hand, when you speak words of confidence, love, and abundance, you align yourself with the higher vibrations of the universe. To say, "I am worthy" or "I have everything I need" is to declare a reality that your subconscious mind will work to manifest. These positive affirmations act as commands to the unseen forces around you, drawing circumstances, people, and opportunities into your life that align with your declarations. The power of the spoken word lies in its ability to focus your energy and direct it toward a specific outcome. Imagine your words as arrows, each one aimed at the target of your desire. If you speak with clarity and intention, your arrow flies straight and true. But if your words are scattered, contradictory, or filled with doubt, your aim falters, and your target remains out of reach. This is why it is vital to speak with awareness and purpose. Before you speak, consider the energy behind your words. Are they uplifting and empowering, or do they carry the weight of fear and negativity? By choosing your words carefully, you take control of the energy you emit and, consequently, the reality you create. Speaking with intention does not mean ignoring the challenges or difficulties of life. Rather, it means framing your words in a way that acknowledges these challenges while affirming your ability to overcome them. Instead of saying, "I am stuck," you might say, "I am finding my way forward." Instead of lamenting, "This is impossible," you might declare, "I am discovering a solution." Such shifts may seem subtle, but their impact is profound. They transform your perspective and open the door to possibilities that your previous words may have closed. Repetition is a powerful aspect of the spoken word. The more often you affirm something, the more deeply it becomes ingrained in your subconscious mind. This is why daily affirmations can be so transformative. When you repeatedly declare, "I am healthy," "I am prosperous," "I am loved," you are training your mind to accept these truths, even if your current reality seems to contradict them. Over time, these affirmations shape your beliefs, and your beliefs, in turn, shape your experience. But the power of the spoken word is not limited to what you say about yourself. It also extends to what you say about others. Every word you speak about another person carries energy that affects not only them but also you. When you speak words of kindness, encouragement, and love, you elevate your own vibration and contribute to the well-being of those around you. Conversely, words of criticism, anger, or judgment lower your vibration and perpetuate negativity. To harness the full power of the spoken word, you must speak not only with intention but also with faith. Words spoken without belief are like seeds sown on barren ground. They lack the nourishment needed to grow. But when you speak with conviction, your words are infused with the energy of belief, and they take root in the fertile soil of the universe. Faith is the water that nurtures these seeds, ensuring that they blossom into reality. In every moment, you have the choice to use your words as instruments of creation or as tools of destruction. Choose wisely. Speak life into your dreams, affirm your worthiness, and declare the reality you wish to experience. As you do, you will come to realize the extraordinary power of the spoken word and the limitless potential it holds to transform your life. The words you speak must be a reflection of the reality you wish to experience, not the conditions you currently face. This alignment between your speech and your inner vision is a critical principle in the art of creation. To align your words with your vision is to act as if your desired reality already exists. When you understand this, your words become not just sounds or expressions, but deliberate tools that shape the unfolding of your life. Your inner vision is the realm where your imagination weaves possibilities, the sacred space where your desires take form before they manifest in the physical world. It is in this internal world that you are free to dream boldly and envision the life you truly want. However, the key to bringing these visions to life lies in how you express them outwardly through your words. When your speech aligns with the vibrant images of your inner vision, you bridge the gap between what is unseen and what can be seen. Most people speak in accordance with their current circumstances, giving voice to frustrations, doubts, and limitations. They say, "I can't afford that," or "nothing ever works out for me," and in doing so, they unknowingly affirm and perpetuate the very conditions they wish to escape. Words such as these, spoken without awareness, anchor you to the reality you seek to transcend. They become self-fulfilling prophecies, reinforcing the patterns you long to change. Consider what happens when you choose to speak as though your desired reality is already here. Suppose you wish to experience financial abundance. Rather than saying, "I'm broke," you declare, "I am abundant, and opportunities flow to me effortlessly." You might not yet see the evidence of this abundance, but by speaking it into existence, you align your external words with your internal vision. This alignment creates a resonance between your thoughts, emotions, and speech, setting into motion the forces that will bring your vision to fruition. It is also important to speak with gratitude for the fulfillment of your vision, even before it manifests. Gratitude is a magnetic force that draws your desires closer to you. When you say, "Thank you for the abundance in my life," you are acknowledging that it already exists in the unseen realm. This gratitude amplifies your alignment and accelerates the manifestation process. By aligning your speech with your inner vision, you take an active role in shaping your reality. You move from reacting to circumstances to creating them. This shift empowers you to live with intention and purpose, knowing that you are the architect of your life. Every word you speak becomes a brushstroke in the masterpiece of your existence, painting a picture of possibility, joy, and fulfillment. As you align your speech with your inner vision, you unlock the door to a life that reflects the beauty and brilliance of your imagination. To bless yourself is to recognize the divine authority within you, a power bestowed not by external forces, but by the essence of your very being. You are not separate from the divine, you are an expression of it, endowed with the ability to shape your reality through your thoughts, intentions, and words. Self-blessing is not an act of arrogance, but an acknowledgement of this sacred truth. It is the conscious act of declaring your worthiness, aligning with the divine energy that flows through you, and stepping into the role of co-creator of your life. When you bless yourself, you tap into an ancient and universal principle, the power to call forth that which you desire through the authority of your spoken word. Many people reserve blessings for others, offering kind words, prayers, or affirmations, yet hesitate to direct this same energy toward themselves. They may feel unworthy, burdened by guilt, or constrained by the belief that self-blessing is selfish or inappropriate. However, to bless yourself is to affirm that you are a vessel of divine light, deserving of every good thing that life has to offer. Self-blessing begins with a shift in perspective. It requires you to see yourself not as a flawed or incomplete being, but as whole, perfect, and inherently connected to the divine source. This perspective does not ignore your human experiences, struggles, or imperfections. Rather, it transcends them, recognizing that beneath the layers of doubt and fear lies your true, unblemished self. By blessing yourself, you affirm this truth, aligning your words and intentions with the higher reality of who you are. The words you choose in self-blessing carry immense power. When you declare, "I am strong" or "I am loved," you are not merely making statements, you are activating the divine within you. These declarations are more than affirmations, they are proclamations of your authority as a co-creator with the universe. Your words become commands that resonate through the unseen realms, calling forth the energy needed to bring your blessings to life. Some may wonder, can I really bless myself? Isn't that the role of a higher power? The answer lies in understanding your relationship with the divine. You are not separate from this higher power, you are an extension of it. To bless yourself is to honor the divine within you, recognizing that the power to create, to heal, and to transform resides in your very essence. You are not asking for permission to receive blessings, you are claiming what is already yours by divine right. Self-blessing is a profound act of self-love and self-worth. It requires you to silence the voice of doubt that says you are not enough. It challenges the belief that blessings must come from others or be earned through struggle. Instead, it invites you to declare, "I am worthy simply because I exist." This affirmation is not only empowering but transformative, reshaping your self-perception and opening the door to greater abundance, joy, and peace. The practice of self-blessing can take many forms. It may be as simple as speaking positive affirmations over yourself each morning, such as, "Today, I am filled with strength and courage," or "I am surrounded by love and guided by wisdom." It could involve a quiet moment of reflection, placing your hands over your heart and silently affirming your divine connection. It might include journaling your blessings, writing statements like, "I bless myself with clarity, confidence, and creativity." Whatever form it takes, the essence of self-blessing lies in your intention and belief. Consistency is key. The more often you bless yourself, the more deeply these affirmations will take root in your subconscious mind. Over time, they become not just words but truths, shifting your energy and attracting experiences that align with your declarations. Self-blessing is not a one-time act but a daily practice, a habit of honoring yourself and affirming your divine authority. It is also important to recognize that self-blessing extends beyond words. Your actions, too, can be expressions of blessing. When you take care of your body, nurture your mind, and honor your emotions, you are blessing yourself with health and well-being. When you pursue your passions, set boundaries, and embrace your worth, you are blessing yourself with freedom and fulfillment. Every choice you make that aligns with your highest good is an act of self-blessing. In blessing yourself, you not only transform your own life but also inspire and uplift those around you. Your light becomes a beacon, showing others what is possible when one steps into their divine authority. As you bless yourself, you radiate positivity and empowerment, creating a ripple effect that extends far beyond your immediate experience. You are not merely a recipient of blessings, you are a source of them. Within you lies the authority to declare, to create, and to manifest. By blessing yourself, you activate this authority, stepping into the fullness of your power and embracing the divine truth of who you are. This act of self-blessing is not only a gift to yourself but a testament to the infinite potential that resides within every soul. Doubt is a whispering shadow that lurks in the corners of the mind, casting uncertainty over your dreams and aspirations. It questions your worth, undermines your confidence, and often stalls your progress. Yet doubt is not an undefeatable force. It is a condition of the mind that can be silenced and replaced with certainty. The tool to achieve this transformation is affirmation. Affirmation is the deliberate use of words to redirect your thoughts and anchor them in truth, possibility, and empowerment. When you silence doubt with affirmation, you reclaim your power and align yourself with the reality you wish to create. Doubt thrives in the absence of clarity and confidence. It feeds on past failures, perceived inadequacies, and fear of the unknown. It tells you that you are not capable, not deserving, or that the risks outweigh the rewards. Left unchecked, these internal voices of doubt can become a dominant narrative, shaping how you see yourself and the world around you. However, doubt is not a reflection of truth, it is a habit of the mind. And like any habit, it can be unlearned and replaced with something far more constructive. Affirmation is the antidote to doubt, because it operates on the same level where doubt resides the mind. Your thoughts create your reality, and affirmations are the conscious selection of thoughts that empower rather than hinder you. They are not mere words, they are declarations that carry energy and intention. When spoken with belief, affirmations reprogram your subconscious mind, gradually dissolving the patterns of doubt and replacing them with conviction. The first step in using affirmation to silence doubt is awareness. You must become conscious of the negative thoughts and limiting beliefs that arise in your mind. Doubt often speaks in the language of "I can't," "I'm not enough," or "what if I fail?" Pay attention to these patterns and recognize them for what they are: temporary mental constructs, not absolute truths. Once you identify the voice of doubt, you can counter it with affirmations that affirm the opposite. For example, if doubt tells you, "I'm not capable of achieving this goal," your affirmation might be, "I am fully equipped, with the skills and resources I need to succeed if doubt whispers, "What if I fail?" Your affirmation can be, "Every step I take brings me closer to success, and every challenge is an opportunity to grow." By consciously replacing the language of doubt with affirmations of empowerment, you begin to shift your mental focus from fear to possibility. Consistency is crucial in this process. Doubt has likely been a recurring pattern in your mind for years, reinforced by repetition and experience. To overcome it, you must be just as consistent with your affirmations. Speak them daily, preferably out loud and with conviction. Write them down and place them where you can see them, often on your mirror, your desk, or your phone screen. The more frequently you expose yourself to affirmations, the more deeply they become ingrained in your subconscious mind. Belief amplifies the power of affirmation. It is not enough to recite words mechanically, you must connect with their meaning and feel their truth. When you say, "I am confident and capable," imagine yourself embodying those qualities. Visualize situations where your confidence shines and your capabilities lead to success. By combining affirmations with visualization, you create a vivid mental image of the reality you desire, making it feel more tangible and attainable. Doubt often masquerades as caution or practicality, but it is important to distinguish between genuine wisdom and self-imposed limitations. Affirmations are not about ignoring reality, they are about reshaping your perspective to align with the outcomes you desire. When you affirm, "I am deserving of abundance," you are not denying financial challenges, you are choosing to focus on solutions, opportunities, and your inherent worthiness. This shift in focus alters your energy and attracts circumstances that support your affirmation. One of the most powerful aspects of affirmation is its ability to create momentum. The more you affirm positive beliefs about yourself and your potential, the more evidence you begin to notice that supports these beliefs. Success breeds confidence, which in turn silences doubt even further. It becomes a self-reinforcing cycle. The more you affirm your strength, capability, and worth, the less room there is for doubt to take hold. Silencing doubt with affirmation also requires patience and compassion. Change does not happen overnight, and moments of doubt may still arise. When they do, meet them with understanding rather than frustration. Remind yourself that transformation is a process, and every affirmation you speak is a step toward the freedom and confidence you seek. Your words become your allies, your tools for reclaiming control over your inner narrative. Affirmations allow you to speak directly to your subconscious mind, guiding it away from fear and toward faith. With each affirmation, you reinforce the truth of who you are: a capable, deserving, and powerful individual. Doubt may whisper, but through the consistent and intentional use of affirmations, you can ensure that it never drowns out the voice of your potential. As you persist, you will find that doubt fades, replaced by an unwavering belief in yourself and the boundless possibilities before you. Gratitude in the present tense is a profound practice that transforms the way you perceive and experience life. It is not merely the act of giving thanks for things you have received or achieved, but an active acknowledgement of the abundance that exists in this very moment. When gratitude is expressed in the present tense, it becomes a tool to align your thoughts, emotions, and energy with the frequency of abundance, opening the door to even greater blessings. This practice invites you to live fully in the now, seeing each moment as a gift and embracing the richness that surrounds you. The power of present tense gratitude lies in its immediacy. Many people fall into the habit of placing gratitude in the past or future, thanking life for what has been or for what they hope to receive. While these expressions have value, they often distance you from the fullness of the present. When you say, "I am grateful for this moment," you anchor yourself in the now, affirming that this moment, exactly as it is, holds beauty and significance. You acknowledge that there is something to be appreciated here and now, regardless of circumstances. Gratitude in the present tense shifts your focus from lack to abundance. The human mind often gravitates toward what is missing, what could be better, or what has yet to be achieved. This tendency creates a sense of dissatisfaction, as if life is incomplete. Present tense gratitude interrupts this pattern by directing your attention to what is already here. By affirming, "I am grateful for the opportunities unfolding today," or I am thankful for the breath that sustains me in this moment, you remind yourself that life is already abundant. This shift in perspective transforms your energy, replacing feelings of scarcity with those of fulfillment. Practicing gratitude in the present tense is also a declaration of faith. It is an acknowledgement that the universe is working in your favor, even if the outcomes you desire have not yet materialized. When you say, "I am grateful for the love that surrounds me even in moments of loneliness," you affirm that love exists and is accessible to you. By expressing gratitude for something as if it is already present, you align yourself with the energy of receiving, which draws those experiences closer to you. This is not about denying reality, but about choosing to focus on the possibilities inherent in every situation. The language of present tense gratitude matters deeply. Words carry energy, and the way you frame your gratitude shapes your experience. Statements like, "I am grateful for my growing strength," or "I appreciate the peace I feel within," affirm qualities and experiences as current truths. Even if these qualities feel aspirational, expressing them in the present tense helps bridge the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Your mind begins to accept these affirmations as reality, guiding your thoughts and actions in alignment with them. Gratitude in the present tense also cultivates mindfulness. It encourages you to pay attention to the details of your life that often go unnoticed. The warmth of sunlight on your skin, the sound of a loved one's laughter, the taste of a favorite meal, each of these moments becomes an opportunity for gratitude. By grounding yourself in the present, you become more attuned to the richness of your daily experiences. This heightened awareness deepens your appreciation for life's simple yet profound joys. This practice extends beyond words into your feelings. True gratitude is not just spoken but felt deeply in your heart. When you express present tense gratitude, take a moment to pause and connect with the emotion behind your words. Let yourself feel the joy, peace, or love that comes with your appreciation. This emotional connection amplifies the energy of gratitude, making it even more transformative. It is this feeling that resonates with the universe, sending out a vibration that attracts more of what you are grateful for. Consistency is essential for cultivating present tense gratitude. Like any practice, it becomes more natural and powerful with repetition. Begin or end your day by reflecting on what you are grateful for in the moment. Write it down in a journal, speak it aloud, or simply hold it in your mind. Over time, you will notice a shift in your overall mindset. Life's challenges will feel less overwhelming, and its blessings will feel more abundant. Gratitude will become your default lens through which you view the world. Present tense gratitude is also an act of self-care. By appreciating yourself and your current state, you nurture a sense of self-worth and inner peace. Affirming statements like, "I am thankful for my resilience," or "I appreciate the effort I put into my growth," reinforces your value and contributions. This practice helps quiet the critical voice that focuses on shortcomings, replacing it with one that celebrates your strengths and efforts. Gratitude in the present tense is a way of living. It is a choice to see each moment as sacred, each experience as meaningful, and each challenge as an opportunity for growth. By embracing this practice, you shift your focus from what is missing to what is present, from longing to fulfillment, and from scarcity to abundance. Gratitude becomes not just something you express, but something you embody, transforming your perspective and your life in profound and lasting ways. Repetition is one of the most powerful forces in shaping reality. The things you do, say, and think repeatedly lay the foundation for the life you experience. It is through repetition that beliefs are formed, habits are established, and outcomes are created. Whether consciously or unconsciously, what you focus on and reinforce with consistency becomes your reality. Understanding this principle gives you the ability to take control of your life by deliberately repeating thoughts, actions, and affirmations that align with the reality you wish to create. The mind learns through repetition. From an early age, you absorb beliefs and patterns from your environment through repeated exposure. These beliefs shape your understanding of what is possible, desirable, or even inevitable in life. If you repeatedly heard messages of limitation, such as life is hard or money doesn't grow on trees, those beliefs likely took root in your subconscious mind. On the other hand, if you were surrounded by encouragement and affirmations of possibility, your mind adopted those positive narratives. This process never stops. Your mind continues to absorb and reinforce whatever you focus on most. Repetition strengthens neural pathways in the brain. When a thought or action is repeated, it becomes easier to access and execute because the brain creates more efficient connections to support it. This is why learning a new skill or habit initially feels challenging but becomes second nature over time. The more you practice a new way of thinking or acting, the stronger the neural pathways become, and the more natural it feels. This principle works for both positive and negative patterns, which is why it is crucial to be intentional about what you repeat. In the context of creating your reality, repetition is the mechanism through which affirmations, visualization, and deliberate actions become effective. When you repeat positive affirmations, such as "I am worthy of success" or "abundance flows to me easily," you begin to overwrite old, limiting beliefs. The subconscious mind, which cannot distinguish between reality and imagination, starts to accept these affirmations as truth. Over time, your actions and decisions align with these new beliefs, leading to tangible changes in your external reality. The power of repetition extends beyond thoughts to actions. What you do repeatedly becomes your habit, and your habits shape your life. If you consistently take small steps toward your goals, those actions compound over time, leading to significant progress. For example, a daily practice of gratitude trains your mind to focus on the positive aspects of your life, creating a sense of abundance and attracting more things to be grateful for. Similarly, repeatedly practicing a skill, even for a few minutes a day, leads to mastery over time. Repetition also plays a crucial role in overcoming resistance. When you set out to change your thoughts, habits, or circumstances, you may encounter doubt, discomfort, or setbacks. This resistance is natural because your mind and body are accustomed to the familiar, even if it is not beneficial. By persisting with repetition, you break through this initial resistance and rewire your mind and body to embrace the new. Over time, what once felt difficult becomes effortless, and the new pattern takes root. Consistency is the key to harnessing the power of repetition. Sporadic effort does not create lasting change. Whether you are working on developing a new habit, adopting a positive mindset, or achieving a goal, daily commitment is essential. Even small, consistent actions can create monumental shifts when repeated over time. This consistency signals to your mind and the universe that you are serious about your intentions, amplifying the energy you put into your desired outcome. Repetition also creates momentum. When you repeat positive thoughts and actions, they build upon each other, generating a sense of progress and confidence. This momentum makes it easier to stay on track, even when challenges arise. Conversely, when negative patterns are repeated, they can create a downward spiral of doubt, fear, and inaction. Being mindful of your repetitions allows you to break free from negative cycles and replace them with constructive ones. The beauty of repetition lies in its simplicity. You do not need grand gestures or immediate perfection to create meaningful change. It is the small, repeated actions affirming your worth, taking a step toward your goal, showing gratitude that accumulate to transform your reality. This approach empowers you to start where you are, with what you have, and build from there. It is also important to pair repetition with belief and intention. Repeating something mindlessly or without conviction diminishes its effectiveness. When you affirm, act, or visualize, do so with the belief that your efforts are meaningful and impactful. Feel the truth of your affirmations, imagine the outcome of your actions, and trust the process. This alignment of repetition, belief, and intention accelerates the manifestation of your desired reality. Repetition is a process of creation. It is through consistent, intentional repetition that you shape your thoughts, direct your actions, and design your life. By choosing what you repeat with care, you can break free from limiting patterns and create a reality that reflects your highest potential. Remember, every moment is an opportunity to start anew. Each thought, word, and action you repeat becomes a building block of your future. And with mindful repetition, you can create a life that aligns with your dreams and aspirations. Speaking from a place of love and worthiness transforms not only the words you utter, but also the energy you bring into the world. Every word you speak carries a vibration, a resonance that shapes your relationships, your self-perception, and the reality you create. When your words are rooted in love and a deep sense of your own worth, they carry a power that can heal, uplift, and manifest the life you desire. This practice is not about pretending or performing, but about aligning with the truth of who you are and allowing that truth to guide your expression. To speak from love is to choose a perspective of compassion, kindness, and understanding in your communication. It begins with recognizing that love is not just a feeling but a state of being. When you align with love, you naturally seek to uplift and connect rather than to judge or divide. This does not mean avoiding honesty or difficult conversations instead. It means approaching every interaction with an intention to honor the inherent value of yourself and others. Love-infused words have the power to transform even the most challenging situations because they stem from a place of unity rather than separation. Equally important is the foundation of worthiness. Speaking from worthiness means acknowledging your intrinsic value and expressing yourself with confidence and authenticity. It is a declaration that you matter, that your voice deserves to be heard, and that your perspective holds significance. Many people struggle with feelings of unworthiness, often silencing their voices or diminishing their truth out of fear of rejection or judgment. But when you anchor yourself in the understanding that your worth is not dependent on external validation, you can speak with clarity, conviction, and grace. The combination of love and worthiness in your speech creates a powerful harmony. Love ensures that your words are guided by care and intention, while worthiness gives them strength and authenticity. Together, they allow you to communicate in a way that is both heartfelt and impactful. This approach benefits not only the listener but also yourself, as it reinforces your alignment with your highest self. Speaking from love and worthiness becomes a practice of self-respect and self-expression, deepening your connection with your inner truth. The way you speak to yourself is just as important as the way you speak to others. Your internal dialogue shapes your beliefs, emotions, and actions. When your self-talk is infused with love and worthiness, it becomes a source of empowerment rather than self-sabotage. Instead of criticizing yourself for perceived flaws or failures, you can choose words of encouragement and understanding. For example, rather than saying, "I can't do this," you might affirm, "I am learning and growing every day." This shift in language not only boosts your confidence but also reinforces the truth of your inherent value. Practicing love and worthiness in speech requires mindfulness. It involves becoming aware of the words you use, the tone you adopt, and the intentions behind your communication. Before speaking, take a moment to pause and consider, are my words aligned with love? Do they reflect my belief in my own worth and the worth of others? This practice may feel unfamiliar at first, especially if you are accustomed to reacting out of habit or speaking from a place of fear or insecurity. But with intention and repetition, it becomes second nature. One of the most profound ways to speak from love and worthiness is through affirmations. Affirmations are powerful declarations that align your thoughts and words with the reality you wish to create. By affirming statements such as, "I am deserving of love and respect," or "my words carry wisdom and kindness," you reinforce these truths within yourself. When spoken with belief and emotion, affirmations act as seeds planted in the fertile soil of your subconscious, growing into a life that reflects their essence. Speaking from love and worthiness also requires courage. It takes bravery to express your truth, especially in a world that sometimes dismisses vulnerability or authenticity. But love and worthiness are not about perfection, they are about embracing your humanity and sharing it openly. When you speak from this place, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of authenticity and connection. This practice does not mean that every word will always be perfectly chosen or received. There will be moments when fear, frustration, or doubt clouds your speech. When this happens, it is an opportunity to return to love and worthiness, to apologize if needed, and to recommit to speaking from your highest self. Growth is not linear, but each step you take in aligning your words with love and worthiness strengthens your ability to communicate with power and grace. Speaking from love and worthiness is a choice to honor yourself and others, to create with intention, and to live authentically. It is a practice that transforms your relationships, your self-perception, and your impact on the world. When you speak from this place, you radiate a truth that cannot be ignored, a light that touches everyone who hears you. By aligning your words with the energy of love and the truth of your worth, you become a beacon of possibility, reminding yourself and others of the infinite potential that lies within. In conclusion, speaking from love and worthiness is a transformative practice that has the power to shape your life and the lives of those around you. By aligning your words with compassion, authenticity, and a deep sense of your own value, you create an energy that not only uplifts others but also strengthens your connection with your highest self. The words you speak, both to yourself and others, have the potential to heal, inspire, and manifest the reality you desire. Remember, your voice matters, and when spoken from a place of love and worthiness, it becomes a force for positive change. Thank you for taking the time to reflect on the power of your words. May you continue to speak with love, confidence, and authenticity, knowing that every word you choose is creating the life you truly deserve.